Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to episode number 207 of the Vex on Vex Podcast, morning radio episode number 39. Dave, how are you today?
Fantastic, sir.
Carl, welcome back to the program.
Hi, thanks for having me again.
You're welcome, sir. It's good to see you.
Thanks.
So we have tried a new soundboard specifically for Mike Collins' comfort. So that's here.
He insisted we have a soundboard. It needs to be done.
Well, it happened. And it sounds pretty decent from the testing. Can you, Carl, please check the live YouTube feed and see what it sounds like? And hopefully we'll hear volume. That would be important. We're on the Facebook. Somebody's already watching, but I got to make sure everything's good before I start checking anything.
I'm going to try and do the whole job today.
You're going to do the comments?
I'm going to try.
Okay.
Let's see how it goes.
I'm having trouble finding you.
Oh, well, give me the phone. I'll do it. This isn't fucking shitty. Hey, that's us.
Found it.
Facebook. Somebody's already watching, but I got to make sure everything's good before I start checking anything.
I'm going to try and do the whole job today.
You can do the comment. There we go.
Yay.
YouTube's live. We accept. So this is for Mike Collins, the Mike Collins program.
Thanks, Mike Collins.
Well, he didn't pay for it. I'll tell you what.
Yeah.
We have a new rattle.
And it's fancy and bedazzled.
Bedazzle rattle.
Bedazzled.
Bedazzle rattle.
Christmas present from the dear Brandy. I call her Brandy Mac.
Why's that?
I'm not allowed to say.
It's not Christmas.
Everybody gets a nickname, and she's Brandy Mac. I had a theory back in the day that she was Johnny Mac's ex-wife, and that she had taken all of his stuff, and that's why he had the car he had and stuff.
Oh, okay. But she's not.
No, because we were children. We were like 20. I'm like, you were married to Johnny Mac. You took all his shit, didn't you? And she's like, no. And I call her, it's 20 years. I call her 20 years, 25 years. Call her fucking Brandy Mac, which is pretty fucked up. And then she's like, I don't ever want to get a nickname. She already has a nickname.
You got one here.
Do you guys know who Kenny Chesney is?
I do.
You do?
Yes.
Do you know who Kenny Chesney
Yes.
is? Now, I didn't, because it turns out I don't like that ridiculous, awful country music. Modern country music can suck a fart out of my asshole. However, I do know some groupies around the country, because I have traveled extensively. And someone I know, who, by the way, is respectable now and all grown up and has a family and a life, had sex with Kenny Chesney. Now, you might ask yourself, Dave, why is that
What's his name?
What do you mean?
They had sex with Kenny Chesney.
Larry had sex with Kenny.
Yeah.
So here's the point. Larry said that Kenny Chesney's penis is so small, it can't hold a condom on successfully.
Hey, Vex, we've known each other a long time, and I've heard this story before.
Have you really?
I think so.
Be careful.
I know. I just put it that way.
So that blew my mind, right? Because, all right. But then the person, Larry, went back a year later when Kenny came back to the region, and it's like, well, it was good from ego. Guy's kind of famous and like rock star-ish, and did it again, and it was unsuccessful a second time.
Womp,
Womp, womp. Now, I don't know who Kenny Chesney is, so I had to look this up. It turns out that Fire Pants adores Kenny Chesney.
Of course she does, because she likes shitty country music.
There you go. And so I ruined that whole thing about his weenus for
That
her.
is to say, unfortunately, and I will say this again, there's a caveat to this, because popular country music I generally cannot stand. There's like 1%
Is he popular anymore?
There's
Kenny
like-
Chesney?
Yes.
Is he?
I mean, compared to like, people that we don't know, yeah, like 1% of it is tolerable. And the sad thing is that there's some country music out there that's really, really fucking good, and nobody listens to it. And it's sad.
That's true.
I listen to it because I am, insane enough to go deep diving for fucking country music that doesn't suck.
Deep dive.
Deep dive.
Dive.
So deep.
And so divey.
Oh, it's a deep burn. It's so deep. I don't know if you heard me counting. I did over 1,000.
Oh my God. 99. No, 999. 1,000.
Oh.
You have a massive erection, Mr. Burgundy.
Mr. Burgundy, you have a massive. These pants. I have to take
pleats.
them back to the pants store.
I can't do this. I can't do the comments. I tried. I can't do it. I'm sure people are
go
saying
by.
things. It's not even that.
All right.
The skill set doesn't exist. I wasn't allowed to replace her. I was going to bring somebody else in.
I was afraid to even
I
show
can
up
do
this
comments.
week.
Ron Kaiser wants to know when my country album is coming. No bullshit, Ron. I would do a country album.
That was
Happily, I would.
when?
When I find 3 other people that want to do a country album with
Will
me,
you cover
probably never.
Country Roads? Take Me Home?
I would.
Cool.
I think you already
I'll
did.
buy it.
Well, fuck it. Speaking of which,
Country road, take me home to the place I belong. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road.
So good. It's like you guys
good.
sort of sing for a living.
I fucked up my.
Holy crap. Angie's watching.
Hi, Angie.
Hello. Ropey Loads, take me home, Ron says.
Pretty good.
We
Pretty
like
fucking
Ropey
good.
Loads.
Shit. Screenshot that. I don't even know how to get the fucking quote done.
Uh-oh.
All right, so Kenny Chesney, we've had the discussion. Everybody knows about his little dick, right?
There's
Yes.
7 people watching.
I know, and I
Crazy.
I
I would be
can't.
number 8, but I'm here.
It's better that you're here.
We like having you here.
And you're on the camera this time. It's a whole thing. We're successful, I think. It sounds decent on the YouTube for the first time ever.
I think it's okay. Let us know how it is out there on YouTube land and Facebook.
Without the producer, not our faults.
Not our problem.
Ah, okay.
Samantha's watching.
Yay.
We
Fire Pants.
just discussed you, Fire Pants, and Kenny Chesney's little dick.
Sorry about your luck there. I know you're probably a big Kenny Chesney fan, but
Well, she's little, so maybe it would work for her.
I don't think so.
You don't know.
If you can't put a condom on, bro,
What's a condom?
like, well, yeah.
Oh.
What's that?
Only sailors wear condoms.
They go from port to port.
Dirty buggers, they go from port to port. Angie said it's a perfect time to log in. She said log.
Log.
Kenny Chesney does not have a log.
He does not.
Apparently, he has
Kenny
a tiny,
Chesney,
tiny-
little log in your face. Not a hog.
No, not
Little
a hog.
weenus.
Not a hog or a log.
Did you know that the skin behind your elbow is called the weenus?
I do.
It's upsetting because to me a weenus is your weenus, like your pee-pee.
I feel like it's a better name for it.
I got that from
Fire
fucking.
Pants says no thanks. Apparently, she's not a Kenny Chesney fan.
Oh no, she is. And then she heard the little cock story and it fucked her all up.
Sorry to hear that. I'm sorry you were let down by the stories of Kenny Chesney's
Like-
wiener.
That's almost like rub the 3 wishes, like whatever you want.
Ron Geyser said Kenny Chesney has a piglet instead of a hog.
Oh.
Ron's on fire today.
Can you screenshot that?
Yep, we're getting them all.
I think that might be it, Ron. You might have already won quote of the day.
You're the early leader.
We had 43 things to talk about when the microphones weren't on, and now we're here, and it's like,
What are you talking? We're talking about the same shit we always talk about.
well, what was the thing you brought up? And I was like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, what did you bring up?
It was pretty good, too. Your massive hatred of Metallica.
Metallica, and then there was the wrestling documentary series.
All right, so that's a real documentary, because I don't want to watch a scripted show about wrestling on Netflix.
I think it's somewhere in between. Like,
So it's fake.
No, I don't know. I liked it. I'm not a wrestling fan.
Well,
So, and I don't know it, but
yes.
I don't know.
Is
I
it-
mean, it wasn't scripted per se, but it said a documentary series. It seemed documentary-like, but I mean, wasn't I just saying last week everything on TV's fake? So
Didn't you see the one a couple of years ago? It was on Netflix. Who Drew the Dicks?
No.
You have no idea what I'm talking about?
No,
No.
it was probably me.
No.
it
It was structured like a documentary, and the whole thing wasn't. It was a whole scripted thing. It was a mini series. But they were like, this kid at school, he got in trouble, and then he just went out and he drew like dicks on everybody's fucking car in the parking lot, right?
Yeah.
And then they like did this whole like CSI investigation, this other kid, and he's like, but look at the hairs on the dick. When this guy drew dicks at school, they didn't have the hairs. I don't know, man. Like it was a whole fucking thing. And I got into it.
I think I do remember that.
It was pretty good. And the guy's like, I didn't draw the dicks. I'm serious, you guys. And then there was like footage at the end, and he went onto somebody's like the principal's driveway and drew another dick, and it matched all the other dicks. So he was the dick drawer, it turns out. Anyway, it was all fake, and I didn't comprehend it at the time. I really thought it was a documentary, and I was like into it.
When I was in middle school, there was a kid that used to write poems about poop on the walls of the bathroom.
You lie.
I swear to
in
God.
poop. So that would be
No,
Dave,
no, it wasn't
Dave,
poop.
was that you?
No,
Were
it
you the
wasn't
little
me.
boy?
His name was Dave, though. But
I-
it wasn't
yeah.
me.
So was you.
likely story.
It was not me. Yeah.
Is this A Beautiful Mind where somebody else did it, but it was really you?
No, I wish it was, because this is so awesome. So
Russell Crowe, great actor.
he was
Asshole person. I think he can
bad
act.
dude.
I like him.
Michael Gregory is checked in, which means Ron's comment of the day, maybe in jeopardy.
Dun 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 dun.
So yeah, they originally he was writing like the normal shit poems, like
The normal shit poems? Is there a whole like works of art that I'm unaware of when it comes to shit poetry?
Michael Gregory says, signing in from the pumpkin spice aroma of a dog piss mattress.
Pretty good, Mike. Pretty fucking good, bro.
We really like your comments, and we really love to hear our weekly updates on the dog piss mattress and Bones.
Do you have any information, Mike?
Can you tell us more about Bones?
Where
has there been a Bones sighting?
All right, the dream is to get Bones on the podcast.
Do you think Bones will come on the podcast?
I think for 40...
Do you think Bones knows what a podcast is?
I
want Bones to know where you live.
Number one, sure. Number two, I think for $40, Bones would do anything I asked him to do.
I 100% agree.
If you're worried about your safety, couldn't you just, you could just take a call from him, or
you think
Skype
Bones
or
can
Zoom?
afford a phone?
Oh, my bad. You're right. A lot of people have phones though.
Internet
nowadays,
connection?
with nothing else.
Dude, I got off
Phone,
95
then
one
just regular
time,
phone call.
and this is not that long ago.
All right, stop. We have to stop talking over each other. Normally we don't do this shit. But like when Carl's talking, don't jump in and vice versa.
I'm trying not to.
You were telling me last week though that I don't talk enough.
No, I know, but like, do you understand when you talk over and no one hears it?
Michael
Gotcha.
Gregory says Bones was taking out the trash the same time I was today before work.
So Bones is back in the bosom.
Bones is back.
Bones is back, bitches.
Again, for the first time ever since I lived there, I heard a vacuum running next door at 5 a.m. That's meth. No one vacuums at 5 a.m. unless you're using that.
We had a guy work for us this season for like a minute and a half. He came to one day, and he was day two because someone had dropped out. And then by the 2 weeks later, he's like, I'll be there. And I never saw him again. And I knew him, I want to say when I was younger, like 2005, around then. He was like a neighborhood musician guy, and he was a friend of a friend. The bottom line is he did a little bit of meth in front of one of my workers. He's, don't tell Vex, right? Of course the guy tells me, thank God, right? So I don't hear the story yet, though. I don't know the meth story, Carl. So I take everybody. It's me, meth guy, and my associate. And the three of us did a roof after we landscaped. And I took us to the diner to eat. And he starts telling an elaborate story about how one night he got up and went into his row home yard, dug it out, and tried to make a pool in the ground, an in-ground pool. And he did it for like 8 hours. He just dug. And I was like, yo, man, that sounds a little methy. And because he was on meth at the time, he got very upset. So when I went on the roof, he's like, did you fucking tell him? And he's like, no, I didn't fucking tell him.
Throw you off this fucking roof.
Go ahead.
Oh, no, that was it.
That's it?
Yeah, I've got another one. I'm waiting for more updates about Bones and the meth and the piss mattress.
Have you ever seen the footage where they're like vacuuming the roof?
Yeah. What was that?
It's probably a comment.
Angie says, whoa, I do. I don't know what that means.
She runs the vacuum at 5 a.m.
Ron says meth is vacuuming your lawn at 5 a.m.
There you go. Pretty good.
Ron's winning.
Well, I'm telling you, the other one is good. The first one?
Oh, they're all good.
I don't know. Pumpkin spice mattress.
Dude, I think Michael Gregory needs to come onto the show and just regale us with the entire tale.
He will not take a day off. Mike, can you just take one Friday off? You'll take a Friday off to go to fucking Delaware with your fucking in-laws. Look, I know what marriage is like. You're in your second year. You can start stepping away from all the functions now.
I agree.
You can start like chilling. He's like, no, I love her so much. Whatever she says, I do. Listen, I get it. Okay, I've been married a lot. I know how it works. But just fucking stop. Get your shit together.
The fact that you've been married lots means you really don't know how it works.
Well, no, you got to figure if you fail a lot, eventually you're figuring some shit out.
Are you?
Boozdy bob. Skibidi bob.
Fake it till you make it, man.
No, it's my entire life, sir.
That's how I do things.
It's how we do things. So your massive hatred of Metallica.
Oh, why do you hate Metallica?
I just, high school in the 90s, because I'm old. And
Fuck off. Keep going.
I'm older than you. So.
Yeah, by 5 months. I don't think that counts.
I don't know. I'm into that like hard rock, heavy metal, classic rock phase. Everybody's like Metallica, and I forget what albums like something.
All right, listen. I'm
New
gonna
was
tell- no,
coming out.
the Black Album. That's the
Was it?
one.
Yeah, I thought I never really into them.
Is that what ruined it?
Yeah. No. You know what ruined it? You want to be honest? You know what ruined it? I'm sorry to cut you off. This is your program, but I'm going to step aside for a moment and hijack. Cliff dies, right?
Yes.
The next record after Cliff dies is the Garage Days Revisited, which was pretty good because it exposed a lot of little kids like me to the Misfits. I had never heard of the Misfits. I just had it. So that was pretty fucking cool. The next full-length album is Justice, which bent over backwards to be as progressive and as metal as they possibly could because now Cliff is done and they need integrity,
And
right?
I love it.
It's pretty good.
I love Justice.
And it got like noticed by the Grammys. They performed on the Grammys, like kind of creeping up, becoming a thing. And then they went to Bob Rock, and Bob Rock had made Dr. Feelgood by Motley Crue. Right at that time, he did Slipper When Wet. He like engineered that for Bon Jovi. Like he was like the guy who makes slick sounding, clean records. Right?
Yeah.
He is good at a studio. Now the question is, can you take the abrasiveness of Metallica and sand off enough edges to get like commercial airplay? So this record sells 10 million copies, which is substantial. It has since been like 20 or 30, right? But at the time, 10 million's diamond. It's a lot of fucking records. It wouldn't go away. They toured for 3 fucking years. James Hetfield set himself on fire by mistake, and they kept going. Like they were pretty tough motherfuckers. Then they went, and in the realm of them being this giant metal band, grunge happened. They didn't expect grunge. They didn't see grunge.
I don't think anybody did.
But they weren't a hair band, so it didn't really affect them per se. Yeah. And then what, in my opinion, what kills them is they finally get the world's attention and they give us Load and Reload. Now
those were the ones I was thinking of.
You were out of high school by then, so that's making sense. Just so we're crystal fucking clear.
Okay, but it was right before that, and then I guess Load comes out.
And I mean,
I don't know.
It literally sounds like this is a Load.
All right, we have a couple comments.
Okay.
One has nothing to do with Metallica.
Okay.
Michael Gregory says, Bones and Cracky took down that above-ground benzo pool, and now it's the time of year to burn random pieces of wood on their backyard concrete and watch it all night long.
Oh my God.
I want to just go hang out at his house and watch the fiasco.
The level of white trash power is just amazing to me. On the concrete, not even a fucking fire pit.
Yeah. Like, I have a fire pit in my front yard.
But it's a fire pit.
It is. I built it specifically for fire. There's a thing.
Fire.
Also, in the realm of Metallica, Ron said, Lars wanted the drum sound of Dr. Feelgood. Lars was also on a fuck ton of coke.
Fuck yeah.
I mean,
but be honest.
Those things are true.
That record sounds good.
What record?
The Black record sounds good.
I think it's fantastic.
Audio. It sounds great. And then Load, by then, they're not a band anymore. They all have a jet. Like, you go from, like, I had a really nice car to I have a jet. You got wives, you got kids. And Jason Newsted's like, I'm not doing any of this because I'm here for Metallica. And they're like, no, bro, I got a baby, It's like my thing. Go ahead.
I'm not. I'm trying to keep an eye on it. This is a hard job.
I was going to say, fuck it. Who cares?
Oh, fuck it then.
I mean,
Fuck your comments today, everybody. We're going to produce
Yeah.
I mean, Carl could try.
I'll get to you.
No, then
I
she will
get to you
kill
when
me.
I fucking get to you. How about that?
That's good. We can do that.
And I like my life.
So, can I give you my take on Metallica?
Please do.
At this point, I feel like the early albums, everything leading up to Justice, I don't think there's too much argument that they're all amazing. They're really good.
Yeah, they get progressively better, too.
Justice is my favorite Metallica album.
Okay.
I hate listening to it without the fucking bass in it because now you can find it with the fucking
and
bass.
It sounds really
it's
good.
Amazing.
He's a good bass player.
I like the Black Album. I think there's good songs on it.
There are.
When it comes to Load and Reload, this has been my feeling about it since it came out. I think everybody shits on them because Metallica wrote them.
What does that mean?
I think they're not metal albums, they're rock albums. And if a new rock band came out at that point and Load was their first major album, everybody would have short-stroked all over it and been like, these guys are great. People shit on it only because it's Metallica. There are good songs on both those albums.
There are. But that Give me fuel, give me fire, give me that which I desire. Ooh, yeah. I could do without that song. I do like that fucking, the one with Mary and Faithful.
Yeah. Memory Remains.
Memory remains.
It's so fucking cool.
It's creepy.
That's fucking cool as shit.
And here's the worst part. She was a fucking smoke show.
Yeah.
And not that long a time, she's your grandmother. Like, she was so fucking hot. She looked like Debbie Harry hot. Like, she was like that. And you're like, I would totally have sex with her. Then,
she was excommunicated from England.
Literally. And then you see her, and she's like, I've been doing the drugs for 35 years.
Right.
I'm 50 years old. You look 106.
She looks and sounds like a third shift diner waitress. Just, how you kids doing? You want more coffee? I'll suck your dicks in the back.
I sucked Mick Jagger's cock.
Twice.
Everybody else did too. I know, I was fast.
So did David Bowie.
Probably.
I mean, that's probably a thing. And I don't feel bad about it. Good for David.
I mean, I'd have to suck it, so I'm fine with it. Oh, there is a theory, and it's not my theory, but I kind of love it. Did you hear the new Rolling Stones song that came out?
I did.
It's pretty bad. Don't lie. It's pretty bad.
Okay, so
he's like, don't be mean to me. No, I won't be mean to you. And that's what it sounds like. That's literally what it sounds like. I'm not even kidding.
It's not good.
It's fucking shit. You're not good. If I put that out, you'd be like, that's fucking awful,
like
bro.
80 now, right?
Yes. Now, there is a theory. It is not my theory. I fucking love this theory. Mick Jagger had to make a deal with the devil. Okay? They've outlived the Beatles, right? They are the rock band just from just hanging out like a dinosaur. If you're around long enough, you're kind of important, right? Every night, Mick Jagger kills himself. He puts a gun to his temple. He'll jump off a bridge.
Like Groundhog Day?
And then just like Groundhog Day, he opens his eyes like, stop me up! And he's on fucking stage. And he's 50. Now he's 60. Now he's pushing 80. Stop me up!
Oh, he's never gonna die.
And he keeps killing himself every night. And he's like, finally, sweet relief. Stop me up! His eyes open, and it's just he's back on stage. And for millennia, like, this is his hell. They made him rich. He can fuck a lot of chicks. And his dick still works, even though he's 175 years old. But he's like, no, I just don't want to fucking be here. Stop me up!
I feel like Keith made the fucking deal, too.
No, I had a theory about Keith Richards.
Into the microphone.
I'm sorry. I had a theory back in the day about Keith Richards and being a zombie because I feel like this was decades ago in itself. But
he was 60s, right?
Right,
He
was his 60s, but like all the drug abuse, all the stories, like if half of them are true, like guys should be dead, right?
Yeah.
So I always made a joke about the Voodoo Lounge. They had a Voodoo Lounge tour, and that was to resurrect, because voodoo, zombies.
And so
to resurrect him as like an undead zombie. So it's funny that you were saying like deal with the devil with Mick Jagger, because I always thought there was some sort of deal about Keith Richards like decades ago.
Now the rule was if the drummer Charlie Watts says to the band, I'm done, they were going to be done.
And they weren't.
No. Then he died. And 2 weeks later, they're back on stage. Could you imagine Johnny Mac as your drummer for 50 years? 50 years. And he dies. And you're like, all right, and call Gary. And Gary plays drums now, and that's it. And you're just back out on fucking tour, making more money.
Probably not.
Stop me up!
Yeah, fuck that. I hate that.
I don't know, man.
I didn't like the song. However, another aging rock band came out with a new tune this week.
Who?
Too. Fucking You Tiff.
Are they still a thing?
Because they have their show in Vegas
now. They're not
now.
doing a residency at that fucking thing, the Sphere in Vegas.
The Sphere. I didn't know that, though. I've seen the Sphere.
It just opened up.
Michael Gregory says Keith made a deal with Rob Halford.
We would never say that.
You would never say that. Rob Halford did not ever drug and rape J.D. Lee with his manager. Rob Halford. It's a thing. It's weird that you're playing it back. I don't like it.
You're telling me. I didn't want that to
Making me
happen.
uncomfortable.
I didn't. I was trying to do the comment thing.
No.
You're like, I was born uncomfortable. I'm bad at this, guys.
You are.
I need
And then we
Tiffany.
like stop to listen. That's like the
We're
best
like,
part.
what do we sound like?
We sound like assholes.
Figs.
Yay.
My ear hurts.
Why?
I changed earrings.
That's just crazy.
Kind of doesn't feel right.
Stop doing that.
Yeah.
That's going to make it worse.
You don't know.
I do.
Now I'm thinking about it. Fucking ears. Yes.
So where were we?
Stop you!
U2 new song.
U2's new song. Thank you for keeping track because we are very bad at it.
That's Carl's gig.
Good job, Carl. You're gonna
Thank you.
steer
Thank you
this
very much.
podcast in a straight line because we don't know how the fuck to do that. Dude, the new U2 song sucks. The hook sounds like "Call Me" from Blondie,
I do love Call Me.
but not when U2 does it.
What's the name of the song?
I don't know. We suck at this thing called music.
I almost looked it up under
We're
that.
fucking horrible
Motherfucker.
at music, and we're preaching cock-sucking assholes, and we're called U2, and we blow. That's what the song
Dave,
is.
tell me how you really feel about
I
U2.
fucking hate U2. I hate everything about U2.
It's not Atomic City, is it?
It might be. Is it? I don't know.
Fuck you, commercials.
Fuck you, commercials.
I do hate them, so.
I'm still not paying for YouTube.
You'll never do it.
Is there two of them? Or is this just like a video? Oh, fuck their video.
Like, I just thought it was a commercial. Like, it shows, like, the stadium, and now it's like a little
They're doing
kid.
a residency at that fucking giant new amphitheater
Is it-
in fucking Vegas.
You know you made it, or you know you made it.
So far, I don't fucking hate this.
You will. It's calming. You can hear it right now. Just in
I
that
can.
riff.
Call
Yeah.
me on the line.
Yeah. And Blondie was cooler than U2 ever was.
Well, she has a vagina. And as a heterosexual male, she wins that for me.
That's alright. I'm pretty sure Bono might have a vagina too. So
Bro, he looks dead.
maybe he made the deal.
He can sing.
I don't care. I hate him. So can I. I'm not a
And we hate you.
I'm not a preachy cunt.
No. All right, here we go. Bridge.
Yeah.
I hear a bass line. Doom, doom, ba-doom. Here we go.
Yeah.
Oh my God! Call me anytime.
Yeah. You robbed Blondie.
Let's check the credits because that's definitely like that.
I'm just
Call
gonna
Me.
write with or without you now and see if I can get away with it. What
I mean,
cunts?
Maybe they own the rights. I mean, they got.
They
money.
could have bought Call Me for all we
Yeah.
know.
But that is
Ron
code.
Geyser says U2's new song is called "We're Rehashing the Same Shit That Sucked 30 Years Ago."
Pretty
you are
good.
correct, Ron. 100%. Michael Gregory says Bono can never be number 2. It's not good.
It's
No,
okay.
it is good.
No, I don't. I don't think it's U2.
Right.
No. Like I like U2. Sorry, don't kill me, Dave.
I
Like I'm not like a
care.
super
You don't
fan,
have to.
but like I don't feel like it sounds like I'm not saying it's bad, but if I had heard this without you telling me it was U2, I don't think I would have known it was U2.
It's not lying.
That's all. Like I'm saying, like it doesn't sound like U2 to me though. You know, it sounds like Blondie.
Let me hear the solo. That's pretty pedantic.
Boring and pedestrian as fuck.
Like, I could play that.
I was gonna say I could play that, and I don't play an instrument.
Your guitarist and both of my guitarists could play that lead with their toes in their fucking sleeve.
None of them would. Call me anytime. I like, call me.
Yeah,
My ear hurts.
not good.
I guess we just gotta go to the 70s and steal hooks now. Is that the gig?
Yeah,
Worst rhythm section in rock and roll history, you know.
1,000% agree.
Oh, you gotta see the audience. A lot of fat ladies.
I'm sure there are.
A lot of fat ladies.
Sometimes as a rock star, I enjoy a larger woman.
I'm not gonna lie. Sometimes I do too.
Hey, Bones are for dogs, bro. Meat's for men.
Oh, I fuck them all. It's okay. But hips are important. All right, that's the new U2 song. So you guys got to sound off in the comments that we won't read. Pretty good times. Because our producer's not here.
Angie says no. Just no.
No.
In all capital letters. She's yelling at the
She's like,
podcast
fuck
right now.
this.
These guys fucking suck. Yes, Angie, you're correct. They fucking suck.
It's a new U2 song. See?
Crazy.
Ron Rogers said Atomic City makes me want to take an atomic dump.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
Why is that called Atomic City? That's
I don't know, because they suck.
right. I'm just saying.
Well, call me Atomic
All right, so
City.
can I ask?
Did they say Atomic City in there, or is it one of those?
Yes,
songs
it's
they
in
did?
the first verse.
Okay, the first verse. I missed that.
So, what made you like U2? What
Oh,
did it for you?
I know the fucking answer.
No. Okay.
The
I
80s
like-
told him to.
Okay, fair.
No.
Yes.
I like With or Without You.
Gay.
My wife loved, what was it, One?
She has a vagina. I also love one. I do.
Okay, so I like that song.
But those
And
are years
then,
apart. Years apart.
I still, Star Trek convention.
Not a fan.
No. And they do a Spock tribute to I Still Haven't Found What I'm Looking For. And I don't think I've ever heard U2 before, or maybe I heard that song before at the time, but I didn't know. No, because it's like right when it's out.
Do you remember where that video was shot, Dave?
But no, it wasn't the video for.
I know it wasn't. I'm just asking Dave a question.
No, I'm sorry.
On the streets of Las Vegas, next to the pawn shops. And they just had Edge playing the guitar like this, which obviously isn't a guitar. And the song is playing. It's like, and so I'm born home, just haven't found what I'm looking for.
I like the song. I didn't have MTV till 1994. So
I didn't have it till 91, so I'm with you. I'm with you.
I'm sorry. I had it for a brief bit in 1988.
But I didn't have MTV ever in the 80s, but my cousin did in Illinois, and I'd go there and I saw these videos, and that shit was on every 3 seconds.
Yeah, no, I don't think I ever.
Remember the
Not
fucking...
when it was. I'm not saying I never saw the video. Like when it was brand new, and I saw this stupid little fan film on, like Spock of all things, Leonard Nimoy as Spock. So I still haven't found what I was looking for. And I was like, wow, that's a cool song. You know, find out it's U2. Still haven't found what I'm looking for. I don't know. I like them. I'm not going to defend them against you. I'm not going to try to convince you to
we
like
asked you a
them.
question, bro.
Yeah.
Calm
You're
down.
giving me these looks, man. Dave looks like he's about to jump through.
You know, Dave looks like that all the fucking time. That's how
Okay,
Dave
man.
looks.
See?
I'm sorry,
I told
Dave.
you, people think I look angry.
Obviously, that's Carl's problem, because you look
Sorry,
fine.
Carl.
No, it's all
You're
right.
entitled to your opinions, no matter
Thunder
how
comes
much
Thursday, Carl.
Wow.
It's Friday.
I know. But the
No matter
spark
how much
is...
I disagree with them, you are entitled to your music.
No, that's fine.
Just because you're wrong doesn't mean it's a
No,
negative
that's
thing.
A lot of people like you too. Apparently, they sell a lot of fucking albums.
No,
Alright?
they don't.
I think they do. The only U2 song that I ever thought was good was the last track on Joshua Tree. It's called "In God's Country."
Holy
Oh, yeah.
fucking shit.
What?
From Veronica Vaughn. The chorus of Atomic City is similar to Blondie's 1980 classic Call Me, which is no coincidence, as the composers of the new wave track Blondie frontwoman Debbie Harry and George Moroder are both credited as writers on the new U2 single.
I was saying.
So here's my
They
theory.
credited them.
U2 wrote it and then called up Blondie. They're like, we're going to steal part of your song,
Yeah.
right? And they're like,
Hey, you.
that's what I feel like happened.
That sounds about right.
I mean, it's definitely Call Me. And I'm not.
It's not even a maybe.
Yeah. I'll
Call
say
me
it,
maybe.
What happened to that song?
Well, it turns out she was like 28 years old. Like, when you thought she was 16, it was adorable. She was like a woman with children. And they were like, yeah, it was just like a marketing ploy.
No, it sucks. No, it sucks.
Like,
Michael Gregory said I had MTV in the early 2000s, but I was lucky and it went away without medication.
but-
you like that? That falls a little flat for me.
I love that.
Our
Now you're making me feel
dear
bad.
producer is not in attendance today, but she is watching.
Is she really?
Hey, Hole,
Holy, we miss you so much.
we do. This
Don't
job
kill me.
sucks.
It's hard.
I don't like doing this.
This is
You
hard.
need to come back. She says I'm using one hand to watch from the dentist chair.
That's so fucked up. And she doesn't get Novocaine, you know.
Why?
Because she's a psychopath.
Well, we knew that.
She's like, no, just hurt me as much as you can. I love it.
Yo, did you see, you mentioned Star Trek. Did I send you the Star Trek party video?
Probably. I don't know if I saw it.
I will share it with you later.
Okay.
It goes through all the Star Treks, original Star Trek, into Next Generation, Deep Space Nine, all of them. And it just shows it's little clips of each show. And they just add fart noises into the scene and it makes it
fart noises with my mouth.
Or the whole says, I miss you, fuckheads.
You should fucking be here.
We miss you too.
Reschedule your shit, man.
Yeah, what the fuck? Who schedules it for Friday morning?
It's 1 day a week, Cole. 1 day a week. Not even a day.
The whole day. It's just your morning.
Your morning coffee.
Ugh.
Sponsored by
Morning coffee.
the Brandy Mac Shaker.
That thing is amazing.
It pretty is. It has a speaker in the bottom, dude.
What's shaking?
You'll never know.
What's shaking?
It's our meth.
Oh,
That's where we keep it. All
I
right.
don't think we do.
So we're 36 minutes in.
Wow.
We're going to get to our first topic. Are we
Okay.
ready?
That's not bad. I mean, we had topics,
Yeah,
though.
we covered
We
the
were
topic.
doing
No,
topics,
nothing on the
It
list.
wasn't on the list.
I know, but it wasn't like random.
Like, I'm glad we did the Kenny Chesney small penis thing. That was important to
Yeah,
me.
fuck that.
I had to get that out. I love how Carl's like, I've heard this story. And I was like, oh.
yes,
I felt special for a moment. I
Have
guess.
you heard the story because you know the person?
decades ago.
Yeah, he knows Larry. So, speaking of which,
Real Larry.
how's real Larry?
I think he's doing better.
I heard just he's like walking and there's no crutches and shit now.
I think there was crutches the last time I saw him, but he's up and moving.
And you were at the show when he played, right?
Yes.
You guys played.
I also played.
Yeah.
I did not have crutches.
Well,
But they played first, and he did hang out all night, watch all the bands. And
that's because he
shows.
can't drive home.
Also true. Also true.
It's just his car's not wrecked or anything, right?
I don't think so. I don't
Yeah.
think he can drive, though.
Yeah, it's like a thing.
So as far as I know, he's good.
Get well soon, Lawrence. We miss you.
Always, Larry.
I think I'm going to take this, the thing I'm about to read to you, and I'm going to apply it. I'm going to buy a burner phone. There's a gentleman who made a sign. Cat lessons with a phone number and a picture of like a guy as dressed like a cat. And he put up a phone number and he left it in the Starbucks. And over the weekend, and he wakes up Monday morning, turns the phone on. There were 200 voicemails.
Which is amazing.
And I
Who
just
leaves voicemails? Go.
people who want, number one, I leave voicemails all the fucking time.
You're old.
That's true. But I feel like our people who want to get cat lessons are not going to be children.
Oh no! These are lost adults.
Who then I think we could just get like guests for the podcast, really.
I mean, are they furries?
Oh, I can't do that. I can't do a furry thing. I
No.
can't. There's like a filth level to it that it's like they don't take care of that shit.
All right. So did I ever tell anybody how I found out about furries?
No, but I'm sure you can tell me now, Alcoholic Oprah.
Okay, I certainly will. So, social media in general kind of sucks, and I think it tends to bring out the worst.
It's
in
literally what we do. This is us.
It is. I agree, but I
The worst.
sometimes I'm annoyed by social media. A lot of times. However, it does have its good points, and it reconnected me with literally the oldest friend I have, like the person I was friends with when I was like 6 years old. We
Okay.
reconnected on Facebook, and it was awesome to hear from her. And we talk occasionally, and cool. I'm glad, Charlotte. If you're watching, maybe you are. Awesome to still have you around. Anyway, after high school, she moved to Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh is where the furries have their national convention.
Lies.
It is.
Do you know that you have told me this before?
Have I?
So I know where it's going, but I know Carl hasn't heard it.
Okay.
This is amazing.
So while she was in college and shortly after, she was working driving like a charter shuttle. Not really a taxi, just like from the airport to your hotel.
Right.
Cool. Well, we got to talking one day, and I don't even know how it came up. And she's like, "Do you know about furries?" And I'm like, "No, I don't. What are furries?" And then she explained to me what furries were, and she says, "Do you want to know how I found out?" I said, "Yes, I do." And she said, "One day, I was in Pittsburgh, working, driving the shuttle from the airport to hotels, And one day, I pulled up to the airport, and trip after trip is people dressed in these fucking costumes. And she's like, what the fuck is going on? And eventually she found, and apparently, like, if you're out there and you don't know what furries are, literally these people just dress up in animal costumes and anonymously fuck each other at conventions.
Is it anonymously?
I mean, you don't see them. Like, it's just, you want to go fuck a Pikachu, there you go, I guess, or a tiger.
I think you made it a lot more nastier than it is.
No, that's literally...
I think they have meals and they, like, congregate.
It's probably a whole spectrum of things, including what he said.
That's probably true.
Some people maybe just like to dress up like animals, all right?
But I'm a deviant, so I'm like, fuck it.
Well, that's why...
If I can get laid, I'll dress like a pig. I'll go. It'll be all right.
You don't know what the pig you're fucking looks like.
That's a good point. I don't like that part.
No. And like,
this is the pig I've been fucking. That's a duck. Wasn't talking to you.
I was talking to the duck.
Batman is a furry.
No, he's not.
Yes, he is.
How?
Because he dresses up like an actual bat.
There's no fur involved.
What?
There's no fur involved.
It's not about like.
And he doesn't fuck his Batman. So
Are
no.
you sure?
What? He fucked Catwoman, who's kind of furry.
Probably.
As well.
Yeah. He was also a furry by the loosest definition.
It's like all right.
It's the loosest definition.
If you shoot a load on the bat suit, it's just gonna like roll off. But if you shoot a load onto these fucking furry things, it's gonna live there.
That
bitch
is gonna have to get dry cleaned.
as a bat.
Wait, all right, you're talking over each other. What, Carl?
Just saying, he dresses up as a bat, which is an animal. He's got ears. He's got.
But they're not furries. I couldn't be a pig because a pig doesn't have any fur. You got to be like a fox or a reindeer or something with a fur.
Okay.
No, I'm talking to you. You're saying you're trying to destroy.
No,
this man.
I'm trying to make a joke about Batman, and like I'm feeling like I'm like, no, Carl.
I can have an opinion. I can have an opinion. Batman is here.
You two guys have like the meanest looking faces, and you're like, oh, Carl, every time.
Fuck it. I think that's in your brain, Carl.
I think your own brain is manifesting this.
And you're pointing at me.
We're having an actual conversation.
You, sir, are the one raising your voice and pointing fingers, and we're angry.
I'm very loud.
You're
not.
You're full of shit.
We'll show you loud.
This is fucking loud.
You just said I'm raising my voice.
Hammer drum.
Hammer drum.
That's fucking loud.
See, this is making me paranoid because like I just said something. And they're like, "You're too loud," and I said, "I'm loud." And like, "No, you're not." Like, you're not.
When did anyone say you're too loud?
You just said okay. You said I was getting loud, and I said, "Yeah, I'm loud."
I didn't say that.
Raise your voice, and then I said I'm getting loud, and like then you're like, "Well, we'll show you loud," which is like true. It's in my mind, but I can't even talk. I'm laughing.
No, I'm not. I know you're like you're amazing. All of this is amazing. This is what I tune into the program for. Carl's idiosyncrasies. People. You remind me of Stephen King as he got older. You do.
I've heard this before.
You heard that?
But not the older part, but like I've heard I resemble.
Well, I should say as you get older. That's what I should.
Carl, you can tell me to go to hell and not discuss this if you want, but just by any chance, do you have anxiety issues?
Yes, I do.
I didn't know, for real. Like I'm not being sarcastic. Yeah. So do you take any kind of medication?
I had suffered like almost cripplingly from depression and anxiety. So thankfully the depression is like gone. It's not like it comes back. It's not like a constant thing. So I've been off of my meds for a few years, but I have noticed my anxiety has ramped up a bit
tremendously because.
But also things that happened this year. I was going to say.
So like I'm not a physician. I'm a roofer. I don't know anything. I got to stress that. But you've had a shitty year, bro.
Yeah.
And it's not even your fault. This is life. Yeah. You know what I mean? Things happen. Yeah. If you're gonna, someone's gonna eventually leave, and things are gonna change.
Sometimes life kicks you right in the dick.
But
more like
no. But I have to say, from an outsider's viewpoint, you have handled this so well.
Thanks, man.
No, for real. Like this breaks men. You're not broken. You're sitting here laughing and having a good fucking time and drinking your coffee. Like, for real. Write some Stephen King notes in your head and go home and make voodoo shit.
Angie says she is so going to dress up.
What the fuck is that?
As what?
Furry? Holy fuck!
As Batman?
All right, let Angie know.
Are Frank and Angie furries and we don't know? Are you undercover furries? Let us know.
Yeah, I think Frank would tell me.
You think he spilled the beans? I think Angie would spill the beans on being furry.
When Frank gets drunk, he says a lot of shit.
That's okay. That's what everybody does.
He dresses up.
When he gets drunk, I look over and there's a hairy head in my kitchen. No,
Veronica Vegas says, "Carl, you've done awesome."
Thank
you really have, bro. Like, no,
Thanks,
for real.
thanks,
Like, for real, bro.
Thank you.
Like, you went through hell. And you're still here, and you're smiling, and you're living, and your kids are healthy, and everybody's at home now. Isn't that very nice?
Yes, very nice.
Now, get your ass out to a rock show.
He did. He came to Sweeney's.
And Vex can toss you some, leftovers.
Some strange.
I don't know if I'm ready for that.
It'll be fine. You don't have to talk to him ever again.
No, they might hurt him. They're a little tough, these broads there.
Damn, thanks.
No, they're like, rawr.
Tiff says I didn't read her comment. I need to get my shit together.
Did you ever bang a bullfrog?
Yeah. Listen,
She could take a pounding.
I don't doubt that. Yeah. How far do we go with the explanation for Carl on air?
Yeah.
I'll leave that silence. You mentioned it.
Next topic.
I created it.
She got hammered and then started yelling at me things that I know her ex-husband did to her. And I was like, and I'm sober. So I'm like, this is amazing. I know none of this happened. And then I try, here's my fault. My flaw, Carl, is I try to negotiate with crazy. And that explains my entire existence on God's earth. You know, when a woman has lost her shit, you just let her lose her shit. And then tomorrow she'll wake up and she'll forget this even happened probably. But she's screaming these things at me and I'm like, well, can you stop yelling at me? And I'm the yeller in life, Carl. Like, and she's like borderline midget. It was a thing. And so it was true. And so borderline. So she's fucking screaming this shit on her heels because she's so little. And then I was like, that didn't happen, right? I was just like, okay, here's all your stuff. I didn't say that. I just handed her all of her stuff. She put an overnight bag in my house. I don't even like that, by the way. I didn't ask for that shit. It just kind of happened. So I handed it to her, and I just turned my back to do dishes, and she threw it across the room. And in my head, I was like, maybe if I don't look at her, she'll just disappear. She went and took a video game that she gave me a game I didn't want. I didn't want this game. She gave it to me. So she's like, it's Star Wars. You'll love it. I didn't want to play it. I don't give a fuck. So she went and found the game. I didn't look because I was cleaning dishes and stomped out on her fucking giant heels and I never saw her again. True story.
What was the game?
Lego Star Wars, I think.
Oh, that's a fun game.
So
I never played.
I have to tell you that as a person in your position, a person that doesn't drink at all.
Yeah.
However, you associate with a lot of people who drink a lot.
You know, most of you hold your liquor well.
Yeah.
Except for that guy who's in two bands. We only talks about the one band when he's like getting interviewed. He gets drunk sometimes.
Yeah, but that's because he drinks with me.
But you don't get like that.
Well, that's because I'm good at it. But you have to have just an amazing perspective of like character study. Being able to be a step away from that and not being in the mix of the mess.
You would think so, but I got to tell you the truth of it. It shakes down to like 3 different types of people. And that's all it is. It's not even, and it's one of these 3 at all times. Like if I know a girl and now she's hammered, she's one of these 3. And most of them are crazy, don't remember it, and then wake up the next day like, what are you talking about? That didn't even happen. What's wrong? Ribbit. So it's like a thing. I was like, here's your overnight bag, Ribbit. You got to go. Maybe we're going to change it to Ribbit. I like that. I don't know.
Ribbit for her pleasure.
What's a condom?
Not a clue.
Police arrest man suspected of shooting Tupac Shakur.
No statute of limitations on
Murder.
So.
And now rape in California, it turns out.
So apparently, this was a pretty poorly kept secret from what I'm reading.
You know, you're right.
Yeah.
Like,
Everybody knew.
a lot of people knew.
I got to tell you, if that's my client, I'm an attorney in the state of, like, I believe he's probably in California.
He's in Vegas because it's where the shooting happened.
But no, you can extradite. You know what I mean? So I don't know where he lives.
He's being extradited.
So I, as his attorney, you're never convicting him. There's no physical proof because it was so long ago. There's nothing. There's absolutely nothing. So the word of one person in a rumor in the streets, and it gets around, show me a weapon. Show me fucking a GSR thing that shows that I had powder burns on my hands. I mean, show me anything. You're never convicting him. If I'm the attorney, and I didn't even finish law school. I didn't. I'm a fucking jerk off. I dropped out. But I'm telling you. No, I dropped out. Fucking. All I know is. Anyway. No. I'm a roofer. You're never convicting my client. It's
Johnny
never
Mac
happening.
is watching.
Johnny Mac. I got him off. He's the Unabomber.
And, well, obviously.
Obviously.
And our dear friend the Hole wants to know what group does she fall in?
Well, she actually might have her own group. She might be a fourth. She doesn't get sloppy at all, but has no recollection of a certain night. And that's a completely unique thing. That's not normal. Normally, if you become mind eraser drunk as a female, that I've noticed, you literally show that you're hammered. And that makes sense. She's like, hello, how are you? Let's make plans. What are you doing next Thursday? Get your phone out. And then she goes home and I'm like, hey, we're doing this thing. She's like, what the fuck are you talking about? And I was like, oh, so she is a fourth. She's a fourth. She's completely unique unto herself.
So in that aspect, I think her and I are very similar because both of us can be really, really drunk before anybody notices we're drunk.
I got to tell you, at our little fucking soiree for the 200th, you might have broke your streak for me.
Oh, no, I was bombed.
No, but let me tell you, I have seen you bombed 100 times, but you can't ever tell. But at that fucking party, it was glaringly obvious.
Bro, I was turned up.
Like, your hair was like a thing. A thing.
It was out and proud.
Your beard looked scary. Like, I saw you looked one way. I turned my back and I saw you 45 minutes later, and it was a whole fucking thing.
Well, in that 45 minutes, I had drank 12 shots of Fireball with Bob and an entire bottle of Menthol.
He didn't puke, man. He didn't puke.
Neither did I.
No, he's not a championship drinker.
That's true.
I was impressed. I thought he was going to fucking kill my couch.
Tiff says 100%.
100%.
100%. Yeah.
So you think the Tupac guy? You think it'll happen?
Oh yeah. If they're bringing charges against him, dude, they've got.
That's what I was just going to
way.
You were just saying no, unless there's evidence or something. But I'm thinking it's been decades, so they must have something.
They're not doing this lightly. Like they're gonna.
It's hearsay. You're not getting my guy. You're not getting my guy.
They're gonna get him.
You're not getting my guy. If I was the attorney, you're not getting my guy.
But you're not, and so that's probably gonna get him.
No smoking gun. No arrest. Decades have passed. Now, the reason they get you decades after the fact normally is there's new DNA evidence that they've uncovered. There will be no DNA evidence to uncover. It's impossible. Yeah. Like, they didn't even, like, it was car to car and drove away. That car's been destroyed. The driver's probably dead. Like, all the, for real, like, there's nothing. You have nothing.
You want to place a wager?
Oh, yeah, I'll bet $1.
All right.
He's not getting
$2.
You're going to say 2? He's not getting convicted. Here's the thing. If we do real money, Dave forgets his money. So I can't do that. I can't do it.
I
got Dave.
No.
We had talent here. You got Dave's dollar.
I fucked up. I know I fucked up. I admitted I fucked up. On air, wholeheartedly, I admitted I fucked up. Oops, I fucked up. Just can't let it go.
I'm like a lady.
The thing. Vex is going to bring this up in an argument 6 years from now.
Motherfucker, remember when the chick was here naked?
And there was a Pringles can.
You didn't pay her. There it is.
Oh my.
Oops.
Then she commented, she's like, why does the black glove make it hotter? I'm like, I don't know.
Does it?
Yeah, it was fucking cool. Cool situation. I'm getting ready for 2024. Little baby Vex going to be inside of somebody.
Yeah, you're going to make baby.
You call you a penis? Oh, it's actual little Vex?
No. Funko Pop Vex.
There is little Vex.
That is what I call my penis. We have the same haircut. It's a little Vex.
You look very similar.
Does
it have a scar on it?
No.
Yo.
Yeah, but then do you do it to the front or to the back? I feel like you had to do it to the front. I don't know. I'm never tattooing my penis ever.
No, why not?
Just no. Plus, it gets a lot of work. The skin gets hammered a lot. It'll just wear out. It won't look right.
They can touch it up.
Yeah, then the guy's like, "Do you think I want to hold your cock?" I'm like, "Yeah, good point." You know what I mean?
Do we have a check to do it?
I was just going to say that.
No, I want a good tattoo.
That's
Oh,
messed up, man. There's solid tattoo artists out there.
it was a haha.
Vex went to the Dan Fielding School of Law.
Damn right, dude.
He's
Night Court, right?
John Larroquette. John Larroquette. I loved that character. All right.
I love that show.
I didn't know
Can
what.
we agree that Marky Post was a fucking smoke show in that show?
Dude, not in that show. You know when she was a smoke show? Something about Mary. She's Mary's mom.
Yeah.
And she's a smoke. Didn't she die recently? She's dead.
No, Marky Post is alive.
All right.
No,
Until yesterday, I forgot Kirstie Alley died.
Yeah, that's what you said. Can you please Google it, sir? When did Marky Post die?
So
Can you please Google it or not, motherfucker? Fuck.
Oh my God.
I didn't tell her not to come here. You're not doing the producer stuff, but just Google it. So Marky Post died, I'm going to say like 10 years ago.
Really?
Maybe 8 years ago.
That's sad.
I'm pretty sure she died of cancer or something.
Yeah, and they did like a thing on 30 Rock. She was on it, and Harry was on it for a night court. And
Did you watch the reboot?
Yeah, August 7th, 2021.
Boom.
not that long.
No.
2 years.
So, did you watch the reboot?
A little bit. I couldn't. I tried. I really tried.
It was rough.
It was rough. But John Larroquette was all right.
He's always good.
But it was rough. And then like Harry's daughter, I couldn't do it.
Because he's dead too, right?
Yeah. He died before Post.
Yeah.
Mark Post was a fucking smoke show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tan!
And
Fucking tan!
she's not the original defense attorney. There was an
No,
uglier
it's the other
blonde.
girl
Yeah.
who was not as hot.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
I think it was her haircut too.
No, it was the fact that she was ugly. That was it. Her face, it was
Okay.
unattractive. And she didn't have much of a body, like one of those. In the 80s, rail thin was a thing. I don't know why. The Coke, I guess. But like, I like hips and shit. I don't know what to tell you.
All right.
Yeah. Nah, skinny doesn't do it for me.
I'm not saying skinny. It just fucking better be booming.
That's the show that I got. Night Court. What are the first three letters in funeral? F-U-N. Fun. And that was all off of somebody at Night Court. It was a fight broke out, and they were, fighting the Undertaker, the funeral parlor director, and that was his whole thing. It was
The actual Undertaker from
Yeah.
WWF.
That's
why I said
that. Didn't exist.
Yeah, but I'm saying like it was the funeral director, and he's like, first three letters in funeral, F-U-N, fun, and that has stuck with me.
Now, something
Up
that
until-
stuck with me, just like that, I didn't know what sex was when I'm watching this show at 10, 11 years old, right? And Dan Fielding, someone said to him once, they're like, how do you get a different girl every day, bro? Just tell me. And he's like, it's very easy. If you ask 100 women to have sex with you every single day, someone's going to say yes. And that lit a thing in my brain that I was like, that's all it is. And it really is all it is. If you ask 100 of them a day, someone's going to say yeah. Because the girl's like, you know what? I'm mad at my husband, and I am kind of horny. Where's your car? And you're like,
Got him. And I guess if that's all you're looking for.
shut up. I'm not dead inside or anything. So that you have a Mandalorian case for the phone?
Yes.
It's pretty cool.
I have that also.
Michael Gregory said he loved John Aston as Harry's dad.
Yes.
And he's right.
Yes.
And so I watched The Addams Family, and then I watched Night Court, and I was just blown away because to see someone age the 25, 30 years,
Yeah.
it was 25 years, like you're just like, oh my God, that's amazing to me.
And he's Sean Astin's real dad.
But he's
Yeah,
not the real
really.
dad. Nah, I just raised him.
Oh. Yeah, that's the real dad.
I mean, I hear you, but he's not from his ball sack.
That's a weird story, too.
Tell it.
I'm not even sure of the exact details. We can look that up at some point.
I tell Tiffany to Google it, but
Yeah, but like Sean Astin, but it was like between like three different Hollywood actors at the time. Like,
fucking
he didn't
trampy
know.
bitch.
Yeah. Like his mom was just getting dick down. Just on the regular. She was just getting pounded out by Hollywood dick.
Pound down.
But
Pound
like
down.
B-list Hollywood dick, which is kind of sad.
Kind of sad. Is it? Is it sad?
So sad.
This one's for you, Carl, and I'm
Yes.
very excited about it. You had to have seen this. Disney, governed by England? Question mark. The land since 1960 has enjoyed tax-free status because they help, they donate money and things like that. You know?
Yeah.
And there's a theory that they're not governed by the United States at all. They're a province of the United Kingdom. But Carl, you are intimately.
Okay. 1967, they...
Attack the shit out of Disney, Carl, please.
No, okay.
Carl,
I
one
love
of them.
Disney. I used to go to Disney. I've loved Disney animation like my whole life. The past 20-some years, I had an exclusive Disney timeshare. Would stay on property, go to all the parks with my wife, and then when we had kids, with all my kids.
What's
So,
your favorite Disney movie?
I like oh my god, like Lion King, because I saw that with my wife, and that's her favorite movie, and I remember it because of all that. But like I've also like Moana recently, and oh my god, I can't think.
I
of
like
any.
Star Wars myself, the original.
That doesn't count.
It's a Disney film.
It's a Disney
film.
You didn't say animated.
All right, well that's what I meant.
Like you don't like Hurry Goes Bananas? That's Disney.
Yeah. But anyway, so like I love Disney, but it's a
fucker.
Okay,
yes,
I
Angela Lansbury, right?
didn't hear what you said. What'd you say?
And knobs and broomsticks. Angela Lansbury.
No idea.
She's hot, young and hot Angela Lansbury.
You know, she's like, isn't she dead?
Not in that movie though.
Yeah, she was in Murder, She Wrote. She was like 70.
But not.
That's what my mom looked like. Isn't that nice?
Angela Lansbury.
When she was in Murder, She Wrote.
Yeah.
Very
But
similar.
anyway, Disney also sucks as a company and is greedy, but that's like another story. Like, but it's two things. But so Walt and company, like his brother Roy, they're buying up all the property anonymously through shell corporations in the 60s. And they get it all, and they realize that, like, if they want to build this park and do these things, like, they don't want to deal with the government of Florida directly. So they form their own, like, the Reedy Creek something.
Okay.
But it's like a county or something. So they just form their own county and have, like, since the beginning, 1967. So basically, they're like their own zoning board, and they govern themselves. So, like, hey, we need to build that new ride at the park. You know, you're approved. That sort of thing. Went that way for years. And then, was it DeSantis? Does his stupid don't say gay thing. And then Disney speaks out about it. And then DeSantis goes, I'm going to get you, Disney. And we're going to take apart your Reedy Creek development thing. And then my council of all my, you know, like extremely conservative Republicans, like just clarifying, are going to be in charge, and we're going to shut you down, Disney. All right. Meanwhile, while he's saying all that and planning all that, because it takes time, Disney, I guess because, you know, they have like med lawyers and whatnot, and they're their own governing body, they start forming a plan. And they, because they're still their own governing body at this point, but like well within the state of Florida, like I said, like it's like a county or something. Like it's not, they're not their own nation. Like they still have to obey state laws and the laws of the United States. But, you know, the company basically like runs the government. They draft this whole thing saying that the committee that DeSantis can't take over until 20 years after the last descendant of Prince Charles of England, well, he's king now, dies. So they write that in their thing, and it's like a weird, like old British law, but somehow it has relevance here. And because they were their own, you know, governing body still, because DeSantis hasn't taken over, now they can't take over. It'll be like 100 years because it's like his grandkids, and how young are his grandkids? Like they're all little. So if one of them lives to like they're 70 or 80, then it's 20 years after they die.
No, but if that kid has a kid, it keeps
right. That too. But I'm just saying, like they could. Let's just say now they never have kids. It's you know, it's still like 70, 80 years. So that's where the England part comes in, right? So it's like some fancy law trickery that they did, and but basically they screwed over DeSantis and his like committee.
You really don't like DeSantis, huh?
No, because it's crazy. How could like that's another thing.
No. What's your beef? I don't live in Florida.
Now be very careful, Carl, because when you start talking politics,
That's what
YouTube doesn't like
right.
it.
I know I asked that this question. Why do you hate the guy? What's your beef?
Because he says, I don't want to say certain keywords because then I know, like, you will get whatever on
We
YouTube.
don't care.
Yeah, we don't care.
We don't give a fuck.
No fucks to give.
Okay, it's just like teachers can't say gay now in Florida. Like, it's just this whole thing. I don't even want to get into it. And
Okay,
it's
don't get
like
into it.
50 million other things.
We named one.
It's just
If you give me 50 million, that's a lot. Can you give me
No,
4?
Listen, Carl, you've already delved way deeper into this whole thing than either of us were ever going.
We're not smart, it turns out.
No.
It's only because I would go to Disney each year. In fact, I won't be going back now for other reasons, but like I kind of didn't want to go to Disney anymore because of DeSantis, and also like Disney is like a big price gouging corporation too.
It's getting
so
weird,
yeah.
right? Like it's not about like wholesomeness. It's just about money.
So let me ask you, Mickey Mouse sells sex to kids. That's the thing. We can all agree with that. So,
Whoa.
South Park made an episode about it. It's a thing.
Okay.
I'm just full.
No, it's. I don't know. I'm laughing. I just don't know what to say. That it's just funny.
Well, the first cartoon, he's fucking the cheese with his little hard penis.
All right, so Carl, let me ask you this on another note entirely. You seem to know a lot about Disney. Was Walt Disney a Nazi sympathizer?
I don't know. Off the
Get
top
the
of my
fuck
head.
out of here! I know it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
They gave them money and shit.
Okay. I missed that.
Get the fuck out of here!
No, I did because you know what? Movies.
You're like, listen,
toy,
I'm a huge
theme park.
O.J. Simpson fan when it comes to
he
his
didn't kill his
football
wife
career.
though.
Agreed.
But like, I
No,
didn't
I'm-
even know he was suspected of killing some people. That's what you're saying right now. Like,
What? O.J. Simpson was what? Who's O.J.? Not O.J. Simpson, the actor.
The actor, yes, from Airplane. He chopped up some people. It turns out he wasn't convicted, but you know,
In civil court, he was.
if and I did.
If I did.
No,
Yeah.
you just caught me off guard. I probably did know
Off
that.
guard, you got the list. You knew.
But I didn't. I wasn't looking up. Is Walt Disney a Nazi sympathizer?
You really didn't know that shit?
Not off the top of my head. It doesn't surprise me. I'm not going to defend him.
My favorite thing is that it's such a poorly kept secret that they
Yeah.
made a joke about it on The Simpsons.
Gotcha.
Because in The Simpsons, Roger Myers is basically supposed to be Walt Disney,
Yeah.
the guy that makes Itchy and Scratchy. And the guy who runs the studio of The Simpsons is Roger Myers Jr. But there's a documentary about Roger Myers Sr. that they're watching. It's like, everyone loved Roger Myers Sr., except in 1945 when he released a short film called Nazi Supermen Are Our Superiors.
Gotcha. No, I'm not going to defend
And
it.
Henry Ford was like, you know what?
Yeah.
This Hitler's onto some shit here.
Yeah.
He's got
Pretty smart guy.
some ideas.
Them trains are right on time.
I thought that was Mussolini.
Well, that's it.
Yo, how
They
does
were
he get
connected.
off the hook? Like, seriously. Mussolini.
Bro,
That's my
do you know
question.
how he died? He didn't get off any hook. They
That's what
hung
I'm
him on a
saying.
hook.
But what
You
I'm
know
saying
that,
is-
right?
I'm saying is in the context of history, and when we talk about the most evil people in the world in the history of time, people always say he's literally Hitler. And Hitler
That's a sound bite.
Now Hitler wiped out like 6 million people, but Mussolini
No.
knocked back like 30 million. Like Mussolini killed a fuckload more people than Hitler did.
No,
Do you really want me to explain it to you? Do you want to know the answer?
I do.
You don't want to know the answer.
Sure, I do.
Do you want to know the answer?
I bet you're gonna say something
You
terrible.
look like you want to tell
You're
us.
gonna say some shit.
But can I? Before you
and
do
I
that,
bet I know what
with
you're gonna
6
say.
million Jews and 6 million other people, at least for Hitler. That I know off the top of my head. But go on. So it's like at least 12 million people Hitler killed. Just clarifying. I'm saying at least. Go on now.
Go ahead. So, why do you think Mussolini gets?
Oh,
the
it's not
pass in
think, I know.
History?
I am from Eastern European descent. Okay? Do you guys know who Pol Pot was?
Yes.
Yes.
Millions and millions of his own people he killed.
Yeah.
If you kill your own people, nobody's really offended. It's when you start killing other people that you have a fucking PR nightmare. And that's A. That's A. B, and I have... No, I'm not going to say this. So A, if you don't kill your own people and you kill somebody else, they're going to hold a grudge. And that's what it comes down to. Because for real, if you look at Russia, what's the comment?
Michael Gregory is apparently a Simpsons fan also. You guys might not get this, but he says, let's not forget his less popular characters like Disgruntled Goat and Ku Klux Klan.
I remember Ku Klux Klan.
It's so good.
Oh, it is good. Disgruntled Goat.
Oh, it's amazing.
That's the thing. When's the last time you actually watched The Simpsons?
Yesterday.
No. Let me rephrase that. Modern Simpsons. So,
it's been a while.
so when it comes out on Sunday, do any of us give a shit?
No.
Or do we just go to like 99?
Yep.
So it's like 89 to 99. Kind of.
Probably.
In my eyes, as the ridiculous fan that I am, seasons 4 through 12 are the golden years.
They are pretty amazing.
When Conan's in charge, and they're just putting out gold episode after episode. Season 6 and 7.
Hold on. You're way off. That can't be accurate.
Why?
All right. Let's talk about this logistically. 90, the show premieres, right?
89.
No. 89, they're on Tracy Ullman. That isn't fucking true. 90, the show premieres. Yeah. Conan is right in that realm, okay? By 93, he's on NBC. He didn't make 4 seasons. He didn't make 6 seasons. The Monorail episode's him.
Yes. Monorail's great.
Are you looking it up? I'll wait.
Yes, I am.
Because Conan goes to the fucking late night bullshit.
Okay.
That's a whole thing. And that's like 93-ish. Yeah, it's about 93, right?
Yeah, but it could, right? You have to write those things way ahead of time before they're animated. So
yeah, but he's saying like up to season 6.
Yeah, but I'm just
he's
saying
long gone by then. He's long.
88 to 93.
Yeah.
So
that's the thing. Like, he's not for the gold. He's not there. 93 season 3, 90, 91, 90 to season 4. So he's there until season 4. Then he goes to NBC, like I said, in 93. Like I said, so those ones you love, he's not even there for. Especially through 12, he's long gone.
So good. The 6 and 7 to me are the golden years.
See, I could take it back further though, because like, remember when the Van Houtens had their divorce bullshit?
Yeah.
And then she's dating fucking Nitro, or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
Like, that was amazing. And he had the big ball, and he's like, let's go, Nitro, and they're rolling down the street. It was just fucking amazing.
I say 6 and 7 because, I mean, that's probably the peak of their popularity that really, because end of 6 in the beginning of 7 is Who Shot Mr. Burns? The 2-part episode.
Which is a little hokey for me, if I'm going to be honest with you.
Really?
I could have done without that one.
Did you not like Dallas as a kid? Did your parents not watch Dallas?
No, my parents watched it. Of course they did.
Who shot Mr. Burns?
You think I didn't get the fucking reference? You think I'm
do.
dumb?
The way you're acting now, yes, I do.
It wasn't framed correctly. It was like leading up. We had an entire off season, and then it was like a letdown. It wasn't that great.
Why was it a letdown?
It was
the
all
baby.
a dream, and Bobby was alive.
It wasn't the evil baby. It's like a whole thing. I don't know.
With your last breath, you pointed to W and S, but from your perspective, it said M and S for Maggie Simpson.
And I remember, like,
and then he says, "No, with my last breath, I sucked up my own gold fillings. Those paramedics have sticky fingers."
Fucking love Mr. Burns. Big fan.
And hey, in the overview of that later with Troy McClure, he mentions your boy OJ. He says, "Remember when they shot Mr. Burns? Everyone thought it was someone else in the family. But then you'd have to ignore all the Simpson DNA evidence. And that would be silly."
Troy McClure. Shot by his wife while in bed.
Oh my God.
Which is kind of my secret nightmare. That's how I'm going to go.
I don't think it's that big a secret, bro. I got to tell you, I think we all could have picked that out as one of your big things.
That I'm asleep and some woman kills me with my own gun.
I mean, like, you fuck around with some crazy women.
I have. It's been bad at times. Yes.
Man.
In my book,
bullfrogs.
In the book that none of you read, 12 Feet Tall and Bulletproof.
Available on Looter.com.
A Spanish woman drove my truck into the front of my house.
Nice.
That happened.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That doesn't seem that shocking.
Wasn't even mad. She wasn't even mad. Just did it.
You realize that the way you've lived your life, no one is stunned by that comment, right?
I thought that was an amazing fucking story, but clearly not.
No, I mean,
and then I asked her for...
Regale us with more of the tale.
Oh, buy the book. But then I asked her
Where
for...
can we buy the book at, Vex?
Lulu.com.
Lulu.com.
12 Feet Tall and Bulletproof, the Vex X autobiography.
And
Thank you.
An autographed copy for $100 thanks to piece of shit prices.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Dave. You haven't heard? It's $185 piece of shit price.
Why?
Inflation. Thanks, Joe Biden.
Bitch.
You're a Biden fan? You can't be a Biden
I'm not
fan.
a Biden fan, but
Listen,
I wouldn't blame inflation on Trump either. And other stupid...
All right, now wait. Now hold on. This
Like
is...
gas
No.
Are we going to do this?
I'm not political, but math is math. If you print more money, it just drives the price of the dollar down. So that's not the answer. And I knew that in high school.
No, I got
So that's not smart. And this is a person with a degree. This is a person who's been in fucking politics for 50 years. What the fuck, man? I'm going to print more money. And then even at the time, I was like, no, that's not how that works.
It's not.
No, I
So
get
then
it.
what the fuck? Like, that's dumb. I can say it's dumb. He's our president, correct?
That's true.
And the son with the drugs and the hookers and the guns.
Jealous. You're jealous.
I'm not. I'm really not. I've had fun.
No one in this world is jealous of a crackhead, dude. That's the thing. I don't care how much shit your family has. No one's jealous of a crackhead.
And I know, obviously, you're very rah-rah Biden. Are you spilling shit all over my table?
Not rah-rah Biden.
I feel like
everyone I actually wanted to vote for, drop
Bernie,
out of
right?
Yeah, back in
I
the
would
day.
have been with Bernie. I like Bernie.
I still voted for Hillary. I hate Hillary. Still voted for her.
That's a
because
weird sentence. That's a weird sentence.
I don't like her, but
But what? But then you voted for her.
I would have. Okay, to be honest and selfish, the status quo to me would have been much better than the shit show we got.
Shit show. Mathematically, it was pretty good for
I
a while.
wholeheartedly enjoyed the shit show.
Now, here's the thing. Energy independence. Hey, all right, I'm going to tell you the truth. Why are you laughing? It's real. That
No,
happened.
I'm not.
So, here's the thing. I'm not
laughing because of my anxiety, Vex.
Okay.
So.
I thought you were laughing at me. I apologize because of my anxiety, so I apologize.
No, that's all right.
Here's the thing. I'm not political. I'm not. I don't have a dog in the fight. I really don't. I don't give a fuck about either side. I'm not like that. I think every situation has its own answer, and that's the way I should roll. That's my opinion. I could be wrong. I'm not, but I could be wrong. However, when that guy, whose name you can't say, got elected, I died inside because I was like, we're so fucked, right? Because he had no governing experience. That was my issue. And I knew that Hillary had governing experience. So if nothing else, it was, like you said, status quo, right? But then energy independence happened. And I got to tell you, as a business owner, I did like that shit. And economically, it was the strongest economy we had in like 30 years. Like that really did happen. Then COVID goes down. Okay, I'm with you. There's some conspiracies on that. Not my deal. I'm not saying shit. I don't care.
That's my deal.
Had he gotten a second term, all the inflation would have went against him because I think coming off of COVID, there was no way to steer out of it without really fucking us up. And I don't care who the president was. I'm just saying. But I know printing more money wasn't the fucking answer. Like, if nothing else. And turning off the pipeline hurt my heart. Like, the pipeline was already happening. We were already energy independent. Just leave it alone. Day one, fuck his pipeline. That's a bit. You cut your nose off to spite your face. Like, he might not have agreed with it, and I respect that. But it already happened, and thousands of Americans had jobs because of that pipeline, and he turned it off. And now our gas prices did this. That's cause and effect. Like, all right, I'll give you an example. Nixon installed a fucking bowling alley in the White House, right? Carter comes in, he doesn't take it out. Carter put fucking solar panels on the roof, which is brilliant. This is the 70s. Day one, Reagan's like, get that hippie shit off my roof.
Get off my lawn.
Why? Just out of spite?
Yeah.
That's not the answer.
No,
so when you're going in any direction just to spite the other one, you're fucked. And we're fucked. Now, I don't think that guy's the answer. I know the current president's not the fucking answer.
No, I don't.
You know who I personally like? Is a Gabbard, Tulsi Gabbard from fucking Hawaii. Love her. She's a veteran. She's a Democrat, so she understands rights. Anybody taking human rights away from Americans, I got a problem with. If you want to get an abortion, your fucking business. But don't touch our weapons. Don't take any fucking shit away from us.
I forget now because it's been a while. There were some issues that came to light with her.
Are they real issues or are they fabricated? Maybe
sure.
That's the thing I don't know either.
I'm not sure.
But I'm not educated enough in it to really discuss it.
Yeah,
but
I'm just mentioning they were out there, and I'm.
But I can sit back and I can be like, well, printing money was a bad move.
Okay. If you had framed it that way, I understand. It's when everybody just goes, "Oh, Biden." He's an asshole. You're right.
Actually, can I tell you the truth of it?
White man. I'm just saying, he's a boring old white man. This is what the country still needs: boring old white men. And I know because I am one. Anyway.
So actually, all right, this is just a general question. This isn't really political. Who's the next president, you guys think? Is it just one of those two? Is that all we got? That's the only options, right? Because he's not even fucking doing debates, and he's crushing the Republican side. There's no way he's not getting the nomination, right? And it looks like the sitting president's going to get the nomination. Are we just have the same choice again? Is that all it is?
Yes.
I'm just going to say, due to personal issues in my life this year, I have not kept up on.
I respect that. But I'm asking your opinion. Do you think we're going to wind up with the same two?
Yeah.
If what you're saying is true.
And they're 100 years old. Like, these are old fucking men. You can't find a 50-year-old. Not one. Not one. That's it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Remember, Obama came from out of nowhere, though.
I've been a fervent supporter of third-party politics for quite some time.
All right, Ross Perot.
No, not
Ross the boss. Johnny Zero loves Ross Perot. That's why I bring it up.
I'm not surprised.
Big fan. He made him the head of our TV Dad's
Johnny
Wrestling
Zero is
Federation.
also batshit crazy.
Oh, see, this is why I can't let you around Johnny Zero.
What? A lot of people I know are batshit
He's a
crazy.
genius.
I'm not saying that. Most people who are geniuses are batshit crazy. You know why people who are geniuses are batshit crazy? Because they spend their whole life having no one to talk to about their ideas because they can't find anybody who understands them. That
Really?
would make you fucking nutty.
I don't know, bro.
Imagine, and let's just talk about being a genius in one specific subject. Let's talk about Nikola Tesla, who had an innate understanding of electricity better than any human being probably that's ever walked this earth.
All
right. Who did that dude talk to about his ideas?
Edison.
Who understood them? No, Edison just stole them.
Oh, that's what I thought. But I'm saying that he stole them.
But I'm saying, who does he have a legit conversation with about this?
And that's why he fell in love with the pigeon?
Well, he was batshit crazy because he went off the fucking deep end. Because can you imagine how lonely a fucking life it is to never have anybody to talk
Give me the
to?
fucking cup.
It's
God
empty.
damn it.
All right, God
empty,
damn
though.
it, Carl!
It's empty. I drank all my coffee and I need more caffeine.
I have an energy drink that truck to one.
No,
You sure?
that's the devil's work.
It is not. Why
It
are
is.
energy drinks the devil's work?
Sugar,
There's sugar in everything.
not my coffee.
I'm eating candy right now. Would you like some candy?
No,
You don't eat sugar?
I avoid it whenever possible.
Why? It's delicious.
And number one,
Diabetes.
fucking sugar's awesome. Number two, I've been not eating the shit for like, when your story, for 3 weeks I haven't eaten sugar, right? Like in bed and excess or anything. And then I went to the movies last night and I treated myself and I felt disgusting afterward. I was like, oh my God, like my body's like out of that fucking cycle right now. I can eat sugar this time of the day, but after like 4 or 5 o'clock, I can't ingest anything like that.
So that's kind of the opposite because I still do like the occasional sweet, and if I have it earlier, like now, it gets me.
No
but if I have
shit.
it later, after, I guess maybe it's because I've eaten more over the course of the day.
So it absorbs into something else.
Yeah.
I get that.
But yeah, no, I do like, I had Rita's yesterday, and the local one, today's their last day. So if you like your Rita's water ice, today's the last day before they close.
That's the thing.
I don't.
I love ice cream so much.
Yeah.
Do you?
Oh my God, I can't eat it really because it does get me to be fat, but I fucking love it.
Mm.
What's your favorite flavor of ice cream?
It's a weird thing because
Vanilla.
when I no, mint
Really?
chocolate.
Really? I like vanilla.
I thought you were
And then
kidding.
maybe chocolate.
Mint chocolate chip if it's made correctly, but there's a mocha chip that certain
Yeah.
places make that is to die for. But like mint chocolate chip, I go to.
Yeah.
What about you?
Like normal realm of flavors, probably Rocky Road.
It's so good with the marshmallow.
Fucking bomb.
So
baby.
good.
Fucking
So
bomb.
good. Who's your brand of if you get Rocky?
I like Turkey Hills. Turkey Hills is good.
What do you pour? Ew.
Yes.
Oh.
Ew.
Ben
Ew.
Jerry's Chubby Hubby with the chocolate coated pretzel bits.
No.
You're not allowed to like Ben and Jerry's because they hate cops or something. I made a joke. Somebody would get that. Whenever I bring up Ben and Jerry's, like
Carl's offended now.
certain people
No.
yell at me.
Ben and Jerry's is fine. They're allowed to hate cops, but Chick-fil-A is out.
Oh yeah.
I'm attacking.
That's the
I'm
answer.
attacking Carl's social beliefs right now, and he's getting upset. I can see it.
He's
No,
upset.
because I had a conversation with a person that I respect greatly, and he said not to say certain things, so I'm just trying to avoid
Who's that person?
Vex.
What did I tell you not to talk about?
Last week.
Tell me now. What the fuck? I wouldn't censor
No,
you.
you
What did. I
did.
say? What did I say?
We don't
What he's
censor
talking
anyone.
about now.
No.
So I'm not
Oh
gonna
no,
go-
you misunderstood me. No.
No,
We can have it an hour, and the next hour can be about Chick-fil-A. I'm all about it.
Yes.
No, it was not Chick-fil-A. It was what you. I don't want to say it again because I said I wouldn't say it. He just mentioned
Unless
it.
you're bringing up the guy that's fucking my ex-wife, I think we're okay.
No, what he just mentioned before he brought up
We've actually talked about it.
and you
Yeah.
Chick-fil-A again, but you asked me not to mention it, so I am not mentioning
I'm
it.
so fucking confused.
Right, because I don't want to say
Oh,
it.
cop stuff?
Yeah.
Oh no,
You
say
told
whatever,
me-
say whatever you want. Just fuck me. Don't ever listen to me. I don't know shit. Say whatever you want.
No, because you told me in like confidence not to say.
So
things,
you're one of
I'm
the
not-
ACAB guys? All cops are bad guys?
I have professionally, I haven't not had good experience with cops. Personally, when I meet them, they're always okay
Okay.
to
right.
me. So I'll just leave it at that. You know, so if I know, if
And,
you're,
and I gotta tell, Carl might be onto something. I don't call the cops under any fucking circumstance. I just don't call cops. Like, if somebody breaks into your house, right, and there's like broken glass and shit, you have to file a report. I know that, so you can file an insurance claim. I would call police officer. You know they wouldn't show up for 3 hours. For real. And that's the thing. Because they're like, well, there's no crime in process. Yeah, but I want to fucking fix my window. Can you come here and just write the fucking report? I will not deal with police officers in a professional if I can ever avoid it, ever, ever, ever. Like, the least interaction I have with a police officer on duty and me, the better my life is. Now, if I get stabbed, did you guys see the fucking guy in New York? He was like 26 years old, white dude, wearing a suit, coming back from a wedding. And he's with his date. And they're sitting on a bench next to a subway in New York City. And they're having like kind of a fight. Not screaming, but it's not good, right? So they stand up, or a black guy walks past them, like kind of homeless looking, big dreadlock thing. It's a whole thing. He walks up the street. They're like, all right, let's go. And they get up, and the guy's inebriated, but he's really tall, Carl. He's like our size, big guy, right? But the little guy walked by, was a black guy, was little. And the girl, regular chick, they walk down the street, and there's like footage of all this at the fucking thing, and it like follows the bodies. The black guy started like kind of acting a fool, and they're just standing there looking. Now, what I would do in that situation is you back away from it. Like, you don't, but he's drunk, right? So that's the direction they were going in. So they kind of like bumped into him. He's like, the fuck are you looking at? He's like, yo, man, calm down. And the guy pulled out a knife and went, and he just cut his jugular, and the guy just died right fucking there on camera. It was scary shit.
Yeah.
So that is when you got to call a cop.
Well, he's not calling. So, if that's what we're discussing on this program today, we can do that. And listen, you are entitled to your opinion.
Always. Don't ever be felt like that. Like the police. I'm sorry if I gave that impression to you. That was not my intention. Say whatever the fuck you want. It's a free.
it means your podcast, though. So
This is
it's free
a
form.
censorship-free zone, sir.
And we love you. You're our friend.
Again, also, I'm not telling you to eat like Ben and Jerry's. I'm just saying I like their chubby hoagie.
Oh, dude, they sold it. It's not even them anymore. You know that,
Chocolate
right?
Monkey's better.
What? There's a new one called Netflix and Chill that I was addicted to last summer,
Yes.
and it had the pretzel bits in it.
Are
The
they
fuck?
chocolate colored though?
No.
It's the chubby hoagie. They're chocolate colored.
We're all gonna get fatter having this fucking podcast.
When a group or an organization of any kind gets a hold of too much power or authority, I think it's a problem. Okay?
Holy shit! Angie just interjected the cheese Hillary. Remember when Johnny Zero called her that?
I do not, but did he?
Yeah.
I'm not surprised.
New Year's party.
So I will never ever go anywhere and proclaim that I'm the person that says all cops are bad. No, I will not do that. However, I do think that law enforcement organizations throughout our country, in the same way that the Catholic Church covered up shit that priests did, have been way too lenient on the bad section of them and allowed far too much of that to be fostered into our society. I think it's very hard to be a cop. I think if you want to be a police officer and you get into it with the right intentions and you really truly do want to help people, I think those people are not only a good thing, but in a society like ours, somewhat necessary. However, I think there's a lot of bad ones, and they kind of really fuck it up for the good ones.
It comes down to training. You know what I mean?
To an
Like,
extent,
you
yes,
go to the academy, and then they don't ever really revisit training. They just do the ballistics once a year or something. As a child, I know Star Wars. You're supposed to back in the 70s. You're supposed to be like, yay, Luke Skywalker. But I understood the side of the Empire. I was like, you need organization. You got to have the Galactic Empire is an important thing. It gives jobs to people. What's wrong with you? So,
But they're literally based off of
the Nazis.
Nazi army imagery,
I'm not
or at least German army imagery.
But I wasn't alive, so at the time when you're a little kid, you don't grasp any of that, right? It really was, literally, not even maybe, the fucking helmet especially, my God. But like, I'm like, Empire. So I'm still Empire to this day. So I get the cop side. Like you got into this fucking world, man, you need a little bit of organization. Just a little bit. So I don't know, man.
That's it. And you're not wrong.
But training, I think training's the thing. There is no budget for it ever. They don't you can't put me in an academy and then send me on the streets for 30 years. Things augment, things change. Like de-escalation skills are real. The way you talk to somebody, and then I'll tell you the truth of it. It's a very difficult job when you're in a certain environment and people break under pressure. That's a human thing. So maybe they should be circulated out. Like, when you went to Vietnam, your tour was 1 year. And then if you wanted to go back, you could. But if you didn't want to, you did your fucking year and you're out of that war. But if you're on the streets as a police officer, it isn't 1 year. You're just the guy on the streets as a police officer.
And on top of that, I also think a lot of law enforcement is asked to deal with a lot of shit that is probably out of the fucking realm of any training that they do have. How much training does the average police officer have dealing with someone suffering from a severe mental illness? Probably none. Very little, if any, probably. And how many times do they encounter that? Fortunately, probably far more often than they ever were taught about anything. Just remember that the people on the street with mental illness in this country, you can blame Geraldo Rivera, really. Just Geraldo? Do you know the story? Go ahead. I'll shut the fuck up. You made that face. I'll just go ahead. No. I don't want to tell a story. I don't want to be heard there.
When you opened the vault, and there were...
That was 10 years after. So in the 70s, he took a camera inside of a mental facility in like upstate New York. Yeah. And all these people with cerebral palsy, who, by the way, aren't retarded in any capacity, which, by the way, is a medical term. You can say that word. People get mad. Fuck them. That's a term. They're upstairs are fine. Today's preferred nomenclature is intellectually disabled. They could fuck off and die. I'm just medical term, motherfucker. Heart attack's still a heart attack. I just fucking told you what people prefer to be called. I don't care what you say. I'm just informing the viewer. Dave, I do care what you say. No, you don't. It's a lie. No, I love you, buddy. So he goes in, he takes cameras. They showed on 2020. People with cerebral palsy aren't mentally deficient. Their bodies are betraying them. And so they knew what was going on, and they're just laying in their own filth, and they're neglected. And so this goes around like this is a big deal. There were 3 channels back then. When ABC does a 3-part series on the fucking abuses at a mental facility, they closed them all down. And when Reagan came into office, he just shut them down with no plan, and they just got dumped on the streets. Just opened the doors and said, good luck. And now it's literally 43 years after the fact since that happened, and this is what you get. So there's a lot of mental illness in the streets that a cop in the 50s, the 60s, and the 70s never fucking saw. That the 80s, then crack happens. Self-medication's a thing when you're mentally deficient or mentally challenged in some capacity. Yeah, deficient's probably bad, but I don't give a fuck. What are you gonna do? Fair. But retarded is an actual medical term. You keep saying that, and I don't care that you say it. I'm just trying to tell you what the people involved in the industry prefer it to be called nowadays. But get off my lawn, guy says you don't have to change language for your comfort. It's not about my comfort. Not your comfort, their comfort. What people prefer. Well, we've covered it 3 times. Do you feel like you want to say it again? No, but I also just like using the term preferred nomenclature on the air. It makes me sound smart. Dave, you are smart. Don't worry. I'm not. Carl's smart. Did you ever see that movie there called The Titanic there? I did. You saw that film? And I hate it. I don't hate it. I do. But I don't like it. It was ruin that door, cunt. Did you hear this story? I can tell you the list. Bill Paxton, on the set of Titanic, at the end of filming one day, he's like, you know what? They got clam chowder at the lunch truck. I'm going to get some clam chowder. Num, num, num. Eats that shit up. It was real good. The guy next to him ate it. It turns out, so 20 minutes goes by, and he's sitting there, and he's having a cup of coffee. He's feeling pretty good. And they run up like, you didn't have the clam chowder, did you? And he's like, yeah. They're like, we think it's laced with PCP. And 150 cast members and crew ingested it. Some of them went cruck crazy and called an ambulance and had to be taken for like exhaustion and hypertension and all this anxiety shit. And then other people were just like, woo, dancing in the streets and shit. And Bill Paxton was like, I feel like I'm going to go home now. I'm done filming for today. And just got in his car and drove to the hotel and just like, this is amazing. What are your thoughts on that? Oh, and they never found out who spiked the fucking clam chowder. I can tell you for a fact that in my younger years, I did more than dabble. You got wet? In a lot of things. Okay. 99% of them I really, really enjoyed. Did you do the H, did you?
No.
Was there something in your head, like a barometer telling you not to do the age?
Yeah.
That's how you die.
Yeah. Because I really liked fucking grunge music, and I watched people that I respected and admired lose their shit from it.
Must feel great, though.
And
We're the worst podcast in the world. Some kid's like, yeah, it's that filth. Try it. I was trying heroin.
But yeah, that's not a good one.
I don't think any of them are good.
Oh, they are. People don't do them because they suck, dude.
I have issues with not having control of myself.
Dude.
Ah!
Sometimes that's part of the fun.
That's the thing. That's not fun for me.
It is.
So have you tried PCP?
Once.
No, was it by mistake? Like, did you smoke weed and it was in it?
Yep.
That's how it happens.
And let me tell you, not enjoyable.
Carl, did you ever try PCP?
I have not.
Nor have I.
I was hanging out in the woods with a bunch of people, and I'd completely lost track of time.
Did your butthole hurt when you woke up?
No, I wasn't unconscious or anything.
That's not what I asked.
I was awake. But I lost.
And then you woke up. And
I
it was
lost
3 years later.
Concept of time. Like a couple dudes were like, "Oh, we're gonna run to the Wawa real quick. We'll be back." Okay,
3
cool.
days later.
They came back like 3 hours later, and they're like, "You're still here?" I'm like, "Yeah, you guys just went to Wawa." We're like, dude, we left 3 hours ago. I thought it was 20 minutes. I had no idea what happened.
That's why we have wristwatches.
Yeah, well, I didn't have one. And you know what? Are you like the only person on earth that actually has a regular old wristwatch?
Yes.
Are you making a joke? I have 50 of them. I wear them at every fucking show.
You're a watch guy?
Oh my god, hold the fuck on.
I knew I liked you for a reason then.
Watch guy. I enjoy a watch, but I never find ones that fit right.
Yeah, I have freakishly small wrists for
I have the exact
man
opposite
my
problem.
size.
Like, completely the opposite problem. Like, my wrists are fucking huge.
Yeah.
And I can never find a watch that
I
fits
can't do the
comfortably.
the fixed ones. Like they have to open because my hands are gigantic, and then my wrists are so small. So if it goes over my hand, it's then like flippy floppy on my wrist.
It looks like you're talking about fisting.
I know, right? I mean,
Look at all your watches.
But like, you've never seen this at a show?
oh wow,
I have.
Can I borrow that one?
I don't pay
Which
attention.
one?
that one.
Try it on.
I was on a
Did you say a small wrist? Try it on.
Yeah, but I have big.
No,
yes.
open it.
Oh right.
Oh.
Good. If I know how to open it,
All right, come here.
can you open it for me?
flap
So I don't
goes
break-
open, other side
I'm
opens
just-
up.
It's the nerves. It's the anxiety. Everything is difficult.
You realize it's us, right? Like, we don't get
I
it.
know.
We don't
Have you
judge you.
seen your faces? It's scary.
We're so handsome.
Well,
Bitches
Except
love
for
it.
your eyes. Or like, no, you're handsome, but you're.
I was just fucking, I don't care. No.
you're glaring
Okay.
at me. You're glaring.
Right.
Oh, that's heavy. Oh, it's Vader. I see. Even awesome. I didn't even know it was Vader when I said, "Oh, can I borrow it?" And now it's even more awesome to me.
It's
That is cool.
the worst kept secret ever. Vader's literally German for father.
What, you're borrowing it. What are you doing?
No, I mean, I want to borrow it though when I like actually like want to go somewhere and do it, not when I'm going to head back to my house.
Well,
Thank you.
come to the show.
Here's the Coach one. That's a whole fucking story.
You fancy motherfucker.
Here's the other fucking one, which is half Jedi, half fucking,
Nice.
I got some
I have one that looks like Boba Fett's armor. Was it?
That's fucking dope.
Yeah. I'm not wearing it though, unfortunately, because I'm not wearing a Star Wars shirt.
Is the sticker on your hand from my watch, or did you put a sticker on your hand?
Oh, that's from your watch apparently.
Or you can keep that. I don't want that sticker on.
I don't need
That's
that
your
back.
sticker now. I remember turning 18, and the car I drove, the girl who was my girlfriend, and my watch were all things I always took very seriously. So my cars weren't pretty, but they were mechanically sound. My watches weren't always very expensive, but they were very, very good watches, and I tried to keep a hot girlfriend. And these are in my head. I'm like, this is your measure of a man, because I don't have a house yet. I don't have a company yet. I'm 18. What do I got? I got my broad, I got my car, and I got my wristwatch. And I've always had a great watch. Always, 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 always.
We are so polar opposite people. Like, really. Like,
Yeah, but like it's. I think back to like a gangster mentality. I'm from the city of Philadelphia. This is just how my brain thought at the time. And not when I say gangsta, I'm not talking like Eminem gangsta. I'm talking about like fucking, gangsters. Hard ER. But like for real, they had all high Cadillacs. Beautiful. I have Cadillac. I watch them.
Gangs.
No, but like that's like
Scissor bangs.
no. I'm just
Thanks,
when I was 18, that's what I measured my life with. I was like, all right, my watch is gonna be awesome, my car is gonna be fucking sound, and my chick's gonna be hot, and that's all. That was it.
No.
Tell me about you. Or what? 18? What were your goals? You're like Gran Turismo.
Yes. Drink, fuck, play rock and roll.
I was definitely playing the rock and roll.
For my goals. It's what I wanted to do with my life. What do you want to do with your life?
I want
I want to rock. I fucking love D. Snyder.
Rock.
to rock. Ben and Jerry new churro flavor and cannoli from Michael Gregory.
I just realized I turned my phone off for like a good half hour.
You're just starting to text me now.
That's fine. You can deal with it. I can't read them.
Yeah,
shits anyway.
we miss Tiffany. So before we leave the subject, Bill Paxton, the whole fucking PCP thing.
Yeah, that's awesome.
It's pretty irresponsible. I don't like that. I like if you want to get high, that it should be an option, but spiking people, I don't think that's right.
I've never been cool with that. Like, I think that's fucked up. Like if you're in the parking lot at a fucking fish show.
Grateful Dead, I have a story about that, but go ahead.
Like, okay, that's probably what you're there for anyway. No big deal.
It's not true. There for that awesome music.
First off, wrong. If you're in the
You like fish?
No,
Out
I
of your
don't.
fucking mind.
if you're in the parking lot of a Fish or a Grateful Dead show, and somebody's like, "Here, would you like a cookie?" You probably know, right? You probably know.
I
What's in
was
this cookie?
14 years old, and I went on a date with an
Long time
older
ago.
girl who was 16.
I was gonna say 15.
And then my friend told me to lie to her. Tell her you're 16. And I was like, bro, I don't want to lie to this chick. Anyway, so we're sitting in a movie.
You don't want to be.
You lie to girls. Rodney Dangerfield changed my whole life. So it really did. Dan Fielding and Rodney, those two things, they're what I hooked my whole
That
life on.
explains a whole lot.
And then looking up to David Lee Roth going, he fucked how many chicks? Yeah. Anyway.
Read about that.
Dude, well done. Boosty bop, skibbity bop. Just a gigolo, and everywhere I go.
I hate it so much.
Really? Roth
So
is so
stupid.
great.
It's so stupid.
He's out of his mind now, but he's pretty great.
I think he was probably out of his mind then. He did a lot of cocaine.
A lot of cocaine.
Lots of
So, all right, before we get to the Grateful Dead story, I'll finish the story, then I'm actually David Lee Roth question. So, I'm with this girl, and she's like, my brother went to a Grateful Dead show, and he's like 18 or 19, and this old hippie lady came up and just sprayed him and his friends, and she's like, enjoy your trip! And he did not want to take acid,
Yeah.
and he like lost a day. And he comes to, and he's like in the parking lot. It's like fucking a day and a half later, and he's just like, I'm going to go home now. My butthole hurts. So, yeah, not a fan of the dosing.
It's kind of fucked up.
Not a fan. And that was like, and then I'm thinking, I was like, that's a possibility. I go to a rock show and get dosed. Oh, like that shit. Like, I don't know. I really fucking gave these like the
No,
chills. I was
rock
scared.
show, no.
I'm just saying. Because I didn't know. I was a kid. Hanging out with some 16-year-old chick trying to get some punani. Back when there was fucking giant hair around everything. Winter bush as far as the eye could see. Kind of like your chin, Carl. That was what it was there. Actually, it looked like Dave's.
Is that 70s bush?
Remember Nicole, the girlfriend I had back then?
Yes.
That's what it looked like, but it was black. It was crazy.
Look like Dave's face.
Oh, yeah. That, yeah. Yeah.
I feel very self-conscious all of a sudden.
Ah.
I don't like it.
I remember it was like going off onto her leg. She's like, should I shave that? I'm like, I don't know. I'm just happy we're having sex. Winter bush as far as the eye
Really
can see.
glad you're touching my penis.
Yeah, and it's like legal and like, you signed off on this. What the fuck? We lost the other thread. What was I going to... So I was talking about that and we spun off. Fuck.
TC's dosing people.
No, that's what I came back
Grateful
to.
Dead.
That's what...
David
No.
Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth.
David Lee Roth. Is he autistic and he wasn't diagnosed?
It's possible.
It's possible, right? Because his ability to focus on these things that he does, like he went in Japan and learned how to hand draw from a master fucking like, I don't say cartoonist, but like an
It's like
artist.
calligraphy.
Yeah. For 5 years, he went to this guy's class every fucking day and just kept hammering. That. There's a level of focus there that normal people don't fucking have.
Well, I mean, knowing what we know now about it, which is still not much, it's not like either you are or you are. Like there's very much a
The
scale
spectrum.
to it, a spectrum to it, and I think they attribute a lot of being able to hyper focus on something as being part of that, and whether it be autism or like even ADHD, like, and you find certain things that you can just obsess over and hyper focus on. And if that's the case, I mean, look, for all I know, we're somewhere on there.
I got to be honest. It's to the point the band thing is on not autopilot, but I've done it so long, it doesn't require the same effort it once did. But I remember being in my 20s and I'm like, I just don't want to go to practice again. We're gonna, and I'm gonna do it, but I don't want to do this. It wasn't like I was like, I had to force myself for a portion of my career to keep going. You know what I mean?
I agree. There was a part of my life, where I felt the same way.
But I did, and I persevered, and then maybe in my 30s it happened again. I'm like, well, maybe we're getting too old and it should stop. Now it's just not like that. I set up a very conducive, comfortable environment. It's easy. It's smooth. We have equipment. We have money. Like, it's better. But when you're broke and you're like, I don't want to pay for another fucking Marshall repair. I want to just go to the movies with my girlfriend and have sex afterward. You know what I mean? But got to fix the amp. And that's what, you know what I mean? That's a thing. Speaking of which, I dropped 2 amps off yesterday to the amp doctor. Two. We have, you're not going to get anything. Two. You want to fight?
After the podcast, okay?
Oh, man. I'm never fighting Carl ever. The reach is, I can't fuck with the reach, man. Hit me 3 times before I even get in there. I'm like, come on, ow, my face. You know what I mean? Like, I don't need that.
So I'll eat 3 to get a hold of you.
Eat through. All right. This is a weird one, and I really want your opinions. This is freaking me out. Paula Abdul claims to this day that while on tour in 1992, she had a plane crash in a cornfield in Iowa. This crash indirectly or directly led to 15 spinal surgeries over the years, and she had almost died. The problem with the fucking story is the internet exists.
It does.
Schedules exist. If there was a plane crash in the United States, there'd be a record, Carl.
Well, it wasn't even the fact that there wasn't a record. It was, she was supposedly on this flight. It was across the coast. I forget what cities. But whatever flight path you would take, you wouldn't, not that you wouldn't crash, but you wouldn't crash in a cornfield in Iowa because you wouldn't be anywhere near Iowa flying there.
Where she claims to have crashed is like 200 miles off of the
course.
What the flight path would have been.
Now it gets worse. She was on tour in 92. She missed no shows. There's not a break in it. Now, is she confusing the fucking March 20th, 1990 Gloria Estefan bus accident where she did damage her spine and she did get a couple of surgeries and kind of fucking reliving that in her fucking delirium of her pills? Or what the fuck is this?
I remember
could be.
From Idol, the early days of Idol, 20 years ago, she seemed to be a little bit off, so probably on something. Yeah, I'm just being kind because it's my memories from 20 years ago.
Kind. This is not what we do here.
She's on drugs.
Yeah.
Now,
I think something happened to her.
I can tell you what it is. Professional dancer for 15 years.
Yeah.
It was literally...
Your body's destroyed.
Yeah, it's just destroyed. And all those dancers go through it. Hips, legs, feet.
It's just no different than being a professional athlete. By the time you're done, your body's shot out.
And so she just has to cope. She takes pills, which I get. But when you're that little and she's a very small person, you could fuck up the dosage pretty easy. And you were like, well, I took 2, I'll take 2.5, and now you're loopy. You know what I mean? And you didn't mean to be loopy, and you're in front of a lot of people. I don't know, man.
But that's what I'm saying. Maybe something happened to her, and now she remembers it as a plane crash in Iowa. Maybe it was like a minor fender bender, off of this, like the highway or something. Who knows? That's what I was saying.
15 spinal surgeries? That's heavy. That's just crazy lady.
Do we have proof that it was 15?
This is what she claims.
But I'm saying, I'm sure she had spinal surgeries.
Now, I did a little more.
I don't know if it was 15. If her back hurt, I'm just saying we could prove it. That's all. There would be a record somewhere.
I was curious about this, so I took a deep dive.
Anyway, it's the pills.
Yeah, it's definitely the pills. But this one article that commented on it said that they found her giving different versions of this story. In some way or another, the story differed.
Okay.
With, important details. And that the versions of the story were different in all the cases starting with Dateline in 2003.
No shit.
Differed from the article she did for People in 2005, the interview she gave on Larry King Live in 2006, the interview she did on VH1 in 2008, a show called Dave Ryan in the Morning in 2009, the Hudson Union Society in 2014, Music News in 2018, and an interview with Yahoo Entertainment in 2020. So all those times there were important details of the story that were different.
So it didn't happen.
Right.
Like a plane crash, there's a record. This is a federal fucking problem.
Right.
I feel like it would have been on the news.
Oh, 100%.
Like the Gloria Stefan thing was a
everywhere.
big fucking deal. And you're like, I feel bad for her.
You got to also figure that the time she's claiming that this happened is either before or just barely at the onset of the whole 24-hour news cycle where it's reported and forgotten in a day.
Truth.
That's not a thing.
So Gloria Stefan, that shit was every fucking day.
Everywhere, and people were talking about it in the office for weeks. Like, that was a big fucking deal.
It was.
You know? And no one heard about this? I find it pretty fucking fishy. Now, does she have some fucking brain lunacy where she tied in Gloria Stefan's life to her own and made up this story?
Brain lunacy.
I can't even say
the nomenclature?
Yeah, the nomenclature.
Nomenclature.
Preferred nomenclature. Brain lunacy.
That might be quote of the day.
That's what I do. I stopped looking, so I don't know who won today.
No, early on we did it. It was going to be Ron, wasn't it?
Okay, Ron wins. Congratulations, Ron. We
Yeah.
don't give a shit.
Come get your prize. Is there a prize?
We don't give a shit.
I'm also not writing it on the board.
I'm writing it on the board. You guys send me the screenshot.
Wait,
I'll do it.
Isn't that won't somebody kill you then? Are you doing their job and replacing them?
No, here's the thing. See this watch? See this watch? The young lady who bought me that watch filled in once for Tiffany when she wasn't here, and she was very offended by it. So she doesn't want any fucking broad sitting over there in her fucking chair. That's how she said it.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I'm just saying.
I'll be honest.
I'm just scared.
She's missed.
Yeah, I feel it. And then, can you remember, mathematically, right? This is the 39th edition of morning radio. So we've for 39 weeks in a row, which is a long fucking time, we've done morning radio.
That's almost a year.
Literally, right? Is that an excuse of another fucking party? I don't know, but we'll get there.
Maybe it's a symptom of brain lunacy.
No, but listen, here's my point. Can you remember a time where Tiffany wasn't the producer? Because I can't.
I mean, yes, but no.
Not for morning radio. I remember when you and I had conversations on a Sunday afternoon post Starscream practice. I remember that. But as far as us having the morning radio set up, I don't remember her not being here ever.
What did you say this was 39?
This is 39. Week 39. So what's it go back to? When's the first one?
I'm counting something else.
11.
You can count?
No. Don't say things you don't mean. Well, this is dead air. You got something to say? We're moving on.
I mean,
I'm assuming that we're going to take off the week of Christmas.
Are we? What day is Christmas?
Well,
it's my birthday.
Christmas falls on a Monday this year.
So why would it affect a Friday?
It wouldn't, I guess. No, it would be the 22nd. We'd be fine.
Yeah.
So we will literally be at morning radio episode 50 the week before New Year's.
Ooh.
But 52 is the number, right? So we started in January is what this means.
What I'm saying, if you're going to hit a milestone number and throw a party, I'm just saying.
You don't want to come to New Year's. I'm not going to do double parties in the same week. Plus, I'll be away. Before New Year's, I'll be in Dominican Republic somewhere.
That's lame.
No, you know what's lame? Falling in love with the love of your life and staying married for 30 years. That's lame. I'm just kidding. I think it's really nice, actually.
Who's been married for 30 years?
You'll get there.
Oh, yeah.
Aren't you going to live forever? It's your thing.
I'm
going to live forever.
I'm going to learn how to fly.
Fame.
So good. God, I like
Crazy.
No, I don't. Fame was stupid. But the song was awesome.
Remember the chick, the scary black teacher, the dance teacher who used to bang the fucking stick on the floor?
Yeah.
She dated a fucking LA Laker right around that time. She was a smoke show. She was so hot.
Oh my god, that's right.
Who cares? She was fucking hot.
Okay.
I would tell the producer to look it up, but we don't have one.
Something
At what
Allen.
point did
Debbie
you
Allen.
decide you
Debbie
wanted to be
Allen.
famous?
all right, I can change that sentence. There was a point where I decided I don't really want to be famous. I think I'd always, as a little kid, it was always like I thought it would be a thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, I got to be honest. In the 90s, when Tommy Lee, who I thought was a huge famous rock star, got with Pamela Anderson, he went from like successful to famous.
Yeah.
And I decided then I never want to be that guy. Like, I don't want to be, Marilyn Monroe was like hounded by like the press.
Yeah.
Rock star musicians can kind of just go out into the world. They don't really get fucked with. Especially if you look like I do. I would put a hat on and you wouldn't even know who the fuck I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I never wanted to be
Not
famous.
the case for me.
I would like to be a successful musician where I don't have to work on roofs or cut lawns and support myself with playing music. That was always the goal. I'm happy now to say at this old age, and I'm sorry, I spun off, I apologize, that having the body of work is where it's at for me. We're working on our 5th record right now. We started demoing it. We have a great rhythm section. We stole your drummer. Like, things are good. You know what I mean? I stole Larry's bass player.
I don't think you really stole anything. I still have them.
But I'm just trying to say, like,
We're sharing.
body of work.
Sharing is caring.
Body of work.
I agree.
And so, when did you decide you wanted to be famous?
About 5 years old.
So pretty much immediate. Yeah, me too.
Yeah, as long as I can remember. In the history of my life, I kind of always thought that was a thing.
And I remember, I'm telling that Tommy Lee thing shook me. Because to me, he was famous enough. Like, that's where I'd want to be. Where the rock people knew who you were, but you could blend into the world and just keep moving along.
Yeah.
And he didn't understand the differential because he's not a smart guy. He's a lot of things. Tom Lee's not fucking intelligent. So when that happened, he's like, oh my God, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Because he could just go out into the world and be Tommy Lee.
Yeah.
And now you got security and there's like fucking cameras. So I never went to that level of success ever. That's why I've avoided success, Carl. That's what it is.
That's what it was.
That's what it was. Not the fact that I chased it forever and it didn't happen.
No, as I got older, and then this is pretty much the same. I'm like, I don't want that. Like, no, I don't want.
But financial security, I want that.
That'd be cool.
No
That'd be
mortgage.
awesome.
That'd be nice.
Just have a bunch of shit and just live your life without having to really do anything except play music. That'd be fucking awesome.
But then, we're downgrading it. Holding the band together is so hard. And I'll tell you, as hard as it's been for all of us, success makes it 10 times harder.
Oh, yeah.
Because now everybody has money. What's the motivation?
We're all going to start doing weird shit, too.
Which is fine.
People with money do weird shit.
They say money, it just increases whoever you are. If you, at your core, kind of a selfish, shitty person, it will be that. If you, at your core, at the end of the day, really want to help people and you're a nice person, it will be that. Money affords you to be that situation. Like the Temptations, they were like really close. They hired a new lead singer. 6 months later, they had a hit, and that guy became a piece of shit. And David Ruffins, and the whole fucking time that they had a career, he's the problem.
There's that movie they made about them.
It's pretty good.
Fighting Temptations.
But no, that's not what it's called.
I think it is. I feel like it
The
is.
Fighting Temptations?
Something like that.
It's no, I think it's just the Temptations. It was like a fucking VH1 miniseries.
Something like that.
I like that movie.
I remember it being good.
Fuck that. Do you tell me you don't love the 5 Heartbeats?
Oh, yeah.
I fucking love
Told
that.
you. Fighting Temptations, 2003 film.
You sure it's that one though?
I'm looking at it right now.
Maybe it's not about that though. Maybe it's like, I'm just kidding. I'm just fucking with you. Is that what it's really called?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it about the band, The Temptations, though?
No.
Yeah.
I was right. I knew I was right.
Don't do that.
Yeah,
That happened.
Don't encourage him, Carl.
You were
Right.
wrong. It never
He
happened.
smiled. It's a good thing.
Big thing.
Nope. Nobody. I don't care about that.
Yeah.
I got some things confused in my brain.
No, that's
happens
fine.
Sometimes. Shut up. So,
Okay. Shut up, dead air.
He told me to shut up.
is Paul Abdul crazy?
Yes.
Would you hit?
No. Was it the
You'd smash, right?
Oh,
Brain-
fucking yeah.
I'd
brain lunacy?
That's got to be fire, bro.
Brain lunacy pussy.
Dude, it's got to be fire.
Brain lunacy pussy is going to
No,
be
that would be
something.
the venereal disease you get, I think.
I don't care.
The brain.
I think you do. Hold on. I might have one fucking quote of the day. Brain lunacy pussy. That's it. That's how
Just,
we're rolling.
just at the bell.
I don't know. Actually, it is kind of the end, isn't it? All right, real quick. We're gonna go over. Do you guys know who Renee Bach is?
Yeah, you know.
Yeah.
Renee Bach is a teenager who, when she was was a teenager, and when she was a teenager, went to Uganda doing missionary work with her church. She was so affected by this, Carl, when she came back home, she started a non-profit organization and began raising money for the health care of these people in Uganda. She returns back to Uganda, giving medical treatment for the better part of a decade.
To children.
No medical degree to speak of.
Nope.
No high school degree to speak of. She has a
Just a
GED.
good enough diploma.
But she's white and has money, and she's in Africa, so she can do it all.
She became wealthy and had a 20% death rate of these children she put her fucking hands on. A normal situation is about a 7% death rate in that country when dealing with these things. Thoughts, gentlemen. Jesus fucking Christmas. Oh, and she got away with it. Like, she didn't go to jail.
I
She
mean,
kept all the money.
Might be strung up somewhere. And
Well, I mean, she could. It's all it's the politics of where it happened. Like, the people that over here that should care about it don't care about it because it happened in Africa, and who cares about Africans? And the other
You're a racist, Carl.
that sounded racist.
Why would you say that?
No, I know you're
fucking
fucking with me. There you go. I knew that.
You're learning, Carl.
You got
Yeah.
mad. What?
No, I
kill
didn't get
you!
mad. No, I just because you interrupted my thoughts, I got mad. Not because
No, so wait. We're going to go right back to the thing. Over here,
Right.
they didn't give a fuck because it
Right.
didn't happen here.
right, and then over there, I don't reading the articles. Actually, I remember reading about this like as
When
it was
it happened,
happening,
yeah.
in like 2018, 2019. So like she had some ties with the government, so it seemed like this good thing. So like the government over there seemed to protect her.
Well,
too.
if you grease enough palms in Africa, you got
Yeah.
everything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. So that's
It's kind of the way it works everywhere, really.
yeah.
Yes, it is.
But I mean, like, it's terrible. That's terrible. I read some of the things. I couldn't finish reading some of the things because I was a parent. I am a parent. I couldn't imagine that happening. And most of them were, not most of them, but a lot of them were, babies. Like 1-year-olds, 2-year-olds. At
Damn.
least the ones I was
Now, were
like
they
reading about.
specific about.
No. Specific about what?
Were they specific about like the procedures she was performing?
No. Just basic medical.
She was giving blood transfusions, which you can't, here at least.
Oh
you
my
can't
God, there's
do.
like legality and shit.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been episode number 207 of the Vex on Vex podcast, morning radio edition number 39. Dave, thank you for your time.
Always a pleasure, sir.
Carl, thank you for your
You're
time.
welcome.
I want to stress to everyone that 1 week from tomorrow, which will be the 14th of October,
1-4.
The New Legacy and Starscream and Embers Remain are going to perform at the Oddity Bar in Delaware. Please come out and support if you can. That'd be groovy. Carl, thanks for coming, buddy.
Thanks for having me.
Dave, any final words? We good?
I'm good.
This is Vex X telling you to stay frosty.
Rock and roll pussy hole.
You guys good? Have a
Yeah.
great weekend. Stay out of fucking trouble.
Or no.
Don't get caught. Yay.
I think that went well.
It did go well.